Oh. All right, now it's your turn.
All right.
You know, it's this is my fault. I just want to let you know. Audio's good.
Audio's good?
Someone that could
What?
take that kind of approach.
All right, audio's good.
All right.
I'm going to add that camera.
Yay,
Or-
team.
Let me see if I can add the camera.
All right, see, this is where it all goes south. See, I always
No
think
video on table. Oh yeah. All right. So the call machine. All right. Let's see. Hold on. We might be close here.
See, every time he says bell, I keep thinking he says bowel.
You rang my bowel.
I don't want this like that.
A little frustrating.
Oh wait, there's a video. There's a video.
Oh. Let's see if this messes us up, guys.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Good evening.
All good. No, all good.
Awesome, Dennis. Oh, no, all good?
So what did you what did you do, Ken?
I just rebooted everything.
Reboot?
All right, hold on.
Tell me you get more
Nice.
bits. Dance.
Well,
dance
Zach
monkey.
says we sound good.
All right.
Dennis says we are all good.
Yay.
Penn Stadium says yay.
All right, that would concludes tonight's
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah, thanks for joining,
video.
everybody.
We're all done. Tune in next week when we answer the.
Answer the audio questions that we received. All right.
I'm trying to think of the Batman 66 quotes. Next week when we. Well, Batman,
Tune in next week.
Robin,
Same bat time.
will he take care of his cat scratch fever?
While they're in the sands of time.
Are we good, guys? All right, so let's
Sweet.
do this. I think we're okay now, right?
Ken's gonna buy some. He's gonna get rid of AOL for
oh my goodness!
with his bits. He's gonna.
All right,
We're going to upgrade from
guys,
DSL.
listen up. First of all, I want to apologize to everybody that had to go through that. Nobody was more stressed than I was during that, and I appreciate everybody that helped, especially Dennis.
Yes, thank you,
Evidently,
guys.
rebooting all of Streamlabs fix it. I apologize to our guest Chuck Ernst.
It was worth seeing the veins in your head.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah, Ken was a little stressed. So
Scanners.
I want to do a little housekeeping real fast because there was some generosity here, and I want to make sure that I call out as many people as I can here. And that is Zonrath Dennis Kriesel. Thank you so much for the donation of the bits. Team Low Prices, thank you so much. Pinquest Pinball, thank you. Pin Stadium Scott, thank you.
Yes,
Lord
thank you.
Helmet, thank you. Loser
Dennis,
Kid,
Loser Kid.
Josh, thank you.
This is so sad.
You guys are all incredible, and I appreciate it. And thank you for the follows, and thank you for the subs. I mean, this is exciting for us because we've
says
never
ball. It sounds
had to
like
really acknowledge any of this because we haven't been eligible. So
No, that was the first. So streaming ain't easy. No, it is definitely not.
streaming is not easy.
Oh yeah.
And now I have to
No fur.
Neither is pinball though.
No
So,
feathers. No
fine
four
tune it a
legs.
little bit here.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Yes, Dennis. It does seem that sometimes it does leave some fecal matter in the bed.
All right.
Damn it.
So anyhow, thank you guys. So
How do we
hey
make?
Chuck, thanks for coming in, and we'll see you next time.
How does it make you tingle?
I'll gladly pay Tuesday for a connection on the internet today.
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Chuck that had to go through all that. The next thing that's going to be really messed up.
Thank you, Swapping
I
Head.
am getting a drink. Where's my drink?
Ken is definitely having a drink.
This is Chuck
multiple
Ernst
drinks.
playing the game. Chuck Ernst is the graphical computer artist manager, runs that department at Stern Pinball. So all these animations you see on the screen, he's either directly involved with or has overseen the team that has done these animations. And he started back with Stern Pinball back on WWE, coding that that mini display on WWE.
Oh, thank you, Scott. I'm not sure I understand
guys,
that.
Thank you. What? All right, hold on. We got to go back and see what's happening here.
Want to grab me a beer?
Yeah, I'm going to need a beer.
Hey, there are some red stripes there too. You're welcome to, Ken.
Southwest
Or, Steve.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate
Pennsylvania Pinhead with 100 bits. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Pin Stadium gifted a sub tier 1 to Dennis Zonrath for a month. That was awesome. Thank you. Loser Kids subscribe tier 1. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. And then Slap Say Pinball Podcast has used 515 bits to the special when lit stream here, which is hosted by Flip N Out Pinball channel. You guys are all awesome. We've got Hey, it's Joe Bob subscribed with Prime. I can't even thank you enough, man. This is killer. This is I feel like I'm on top of the world streaming. You guys are unbelievable, and I hope I didn't miss anybody because I was absolutely stressed out. So totally my bad. Totally,
so we're gonna get
totally
Ken's
my bad.
heartbeat down a little bit. We're gonna relax.
I'm gonna
play
grab a
some
drink
pinball,
right now, actually.
and life is good.
Talk about the little shit.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Oh,
Chuck,
Did I do that? I don't know if I did that.
Breaking the game over there, Chuck. Sub
You will
love.
never win. What?
So again, I don't want to dwell on what's happened in the past, but I apologize. I'm embarrassed and mortified by the beginning of that. Not only for everybody here, but for Chuck, who's coming in here, and he looked at me and he's like, "I thought you guys had this shit down. I thought you guys were
pros."
Right? He's like amateurs.
I'm like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's like, what?
I was gonna have to call my kids and have them figure it out.
What kind of podcast are we doing, or stream are we doing here?
Chuck Wirt says animation question request. How about a way to show the player their progress in the modes via the animation, like have the Hydra heads disappear as you chop them off? Doc Brown 85, thank you for the follow, brother. Thank you. Chuck, you got a comment for that? You're not at work, but you're here to answer questions. So you've turned into.
Do I come to your job?
Oh,
No, just
You're professionals.
kidding. No. No, that's a great suggestion, and I know Tim Sexton watches all these things. He's kind of the guy that. Oh, Jesus Christ! I broke these.
Loaded right there. You're good.
you got it.
I got it.
All right.
You know what's funny is people think we don't read these things, these comments, but we do.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot
right.
of them are dumb, but the good ones, we pay attention to the good ones.
It's good.
And Loser Kid, you're right. Zach said Ken and Bill, we get the subs and the bits money. So thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you guys.
Overly generous tonight. You guys have hung in throughout the our little adventures for weeks, and to have Chuck on, I'll tell you this. So Chuck was on our podcast right before we came on the stream. We did a nice little interview with Chuck. Chuck's got a great personality, man. He's got some funny stories. He's the kind of guy you want to go in the basement and drink some Jackson Coke with, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Cheers. So this is good, man. I'm so relieved right now. I feel like doing shots.
It's just where it just goes downhill.
I
right?
know,
Like,
I know.
It's like, yeah, computer works.
The
now
stream's
just wreck
working,
it.
now I won't be working. I'll be
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh, under the table.
And Ken threw up on the machine.
Twice.
And buy your machine from Flip N Out. Yes, that is correct.
Yes. Chuck says,
Zach
but I
and Nicole
love the
killed it.
whole idea of all the battles. Really well done on the animation. So he's giving you some props there, Chuck Wirt.
All right, thanks, Chuck.
Yeah.
Once again,
yeah.
I have to say, I'm wondering, like, I don't know if Josh and Denai, those guys, and Zach, or any of those guys are listening right now, and Mark, Tom Kizavat did all the storyboarding, and he helped come up with a lot of these ideas. These guys should get all the credit. I basically just was like a human shield with upper management. So these guys actually, did the heavy lifting.
You keep the core together, though. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah, no, it was there was a lot of behind the scenes planning and Jedi mind tricks to get the thing
Is
done.
that what it
So,
is?
yeah. But yeah, it was a good and it's creepy as hell.
The hand is pretty creepy. I do like it as
There
well.
was talk of doing a plushie
Oh, yeah.
for the LE.
Right, to give it away, like in the
like
in the
it would
coin
come
box?
with it.
Yeah. That what every kid wants.
Right.
From their dad's Black Knight
Big
LE.
glowing eyeball hand plushie.
Right. So this Black Knight Sword of Rage LE is for sale, so you can contact Zach at Flip N Out Pinball, because once we finish streaming, it's going to go somewhere else.
So the question about whose idea was it the style of animation, it was kind of in a lot of ways it was kind of a necessity. We basically only had a couple months to do the whole package, and we had to kind of make it look as good as possible in shortest period of time. So in a way, it kind of ends up being that kind of like that, Robot Chicken kind of that vibe.
Yeah.
Where they because those guys have limitations, they have to produce a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
So there's that kind of that feel to it, but in a weird way, it's kind of pinball, So it lends itself to pinball.
To me, it's mind blowing that you can come up with this, these quality animations.
You know what's
in a
mind blowing
couple
too
months,
is
man.
right now Zonrith is going nuts and he's gifting
Yeah, Zonrith.
sub-tier ones to everybody in chat. Man, that's unbelievable. He's gone crazy. So Dennis, he's still taking care of business. You're the man. You're crazy. Crazy Dennis Crezo.
Thank you, Dennis.
Crazy Dennis. Nicely done. Nicely done, Dennis. Wow, look at this guy. He's going all nuts. Anyways,
I better go log in.
yeah, right. Go log in now. So you're working on a few games right now. Dennis is still at it. Oh, and we've got Team Low Prices. He's used 1 bit. Nicely done.
Bill, not a bad third ball there.
So you're working on a few games right now, right, Chuck? Or,
Yeah, actually, what's funny is as good as this game looks, the next game when you guys see it, you guys will flip your brains. And here's the sad part: is like every time we do this, the next game looks better than the last,
Yeah.
and then it's getting to the point where like every designer goes, "I want that level of graphics," and you're like,
yeah. You keep setting the bar high. Like,
yeah,
how high
it's-
can you
it's-
go?
yeah.
You know?
Right?
So pretty soon it'll just be Minecraft. We're just gonna go for the blocky.
I love it.
Southwest Pennsylvania Pinhead, thank you for the 200 bits. Cheer 100, cheer 100. Thanks, buddy. Man, you guys are like so generous tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks for putting up with our
It's
stuff.
very suspicious. I think they want
It's
the
you.
shirts to come off.
No, I think it's you,
I
man.
think
You
it's
got the
the-
tiki shirt. Listen, nobody cares to see us shirtless, but to see like a prominent Stern employee without a shirt, that could get some traction going. So, the first person to donate 1,000 bits. No, I'm kidding. Chuck Ernst will show a nipple. It's just how it
Right.
goes. Right. Hopefully, your mom's not watching tonight, Chuck.
No. Oh, she is.
Oh,
From up there.
Oh,
She's so
God rest her
disappointed.
soul. All right. I'm sorry.
No. Way to bring it down.
Oh,
nice
geez.
job.
Hey,
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not a stream unless we talk about the deceased.
The deceased.
That's just how it goes.
Show you a nipple. Let's go to the quote bag.
So flipping out pinball, Zach Menny. So we're gonna take live calls tonight, and I can only imagine what could go wrong with that.
Yeah, no, it's. I know there's gonna be prank calls with the click and clack questions.
Okay.
My Camry is making a weird noise.
Right.
It's when I turn left, it makes a. Oh, is it my turn? No.
no, that's it.
Yeah,
It's bad.
Zonrith,
It's
Dennis, you just went crazy, man.
Look at you guys.
You guys got some good scores going?
You think I've never played it before?
No. Yeah, what's the Magna save over under tonight, guys? And anybody know?
You know what?
Successful Magna saves?
No, I just
had
watch
two
it drain and
successful.
then I hit the button because of Game of Thrones. With Game of Thrones, you have to cash out of the coins,
Yeah.
and so that's what I do. And then it's like Magna save. And I'm like,
4, yeah.
Player?
4. Let's do it.
Load her up. All right, just getting caught back up here. Sorry, I actually had a long game there.
You missed
right.
it.
Or
Dennis
longer.
went nuts.
Dennis,
he's
thank you.
Gifted all these subs to all these people. J-Rocket and Falgren and Pirate Captain Red Eye and everybody, man. It's awesome. It's good times. So we're rocking it out here on the Flip N Out Pinball streaming channel. We have Chuck Ernst from Stern Pinball live in chat, and he'll be taking some live calls here during the after hours segment, which will be coming up probably closer to 9 o'clock, 9:15-ish, as we run this stream up until about 10 o'clock tonight. Our apologies for the delay. Why don't you let everybody know all the games that you're working on right now that has not been released to the public?
And potential talked about.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But just a little nugget.
So there's lots of rumors, and I'm not going to ask you because it's not professional for me to do so. I think what I can talk about that I know is coming, because Greg's told me, is Elvira 3's coming at some point.
yeah, it's the worst kept secret ever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Which is fine. I'm anxiously awaiting that. I really want to see what goes on the LCD with that pin. I imagine you guys have another release coming up within the next couple months. I'm anxious to see that. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many pins you have left coming in the year, and I'm not asking you to confirm or deny that.
Yeah.
But,
No,
but
that
it's
might be-
Well, I have to. The thing I can say is this year we'll have the most titles we've ever released in a year.
okay.
In 1 year.
Wow. All right.
And it's stressing me
I was
right
gonna say,
out, man.
I'm looking at the calendar right
Oh,
now.
wow.
You guys better get going.
Yeah,
chop,
no,
chop.
it's,
what have we seen so far this year? We've seen Monsters, right?
Yeah, Monsters at the very turn of the year.
Yeah.
And then Black Knight.
And Black Knight. So here we are in June.
Right.
So what's
So
the
halfway
most,
through the year.
Three more, 4 more. Titles that aren't what we consider cornerstones, but it's definitely getting to the point where the pinball fan is got more than enough
Choices.
options. Yeah, like because it's not a lot of times you'll release a game and you're like, I'm really not into like band games. And you're like,
Right.
don't worry, in 4 months you got another game that's
Yeah,
you know.
Do you want to jump on, or do you want me to take this?
I'll jump on.
I don't-
Jason Fowler from the Slap Save Pinball podcast, he's requesting a slowdown in the game releases because his wallet is suffering right now. So
Aw.
he
That
needs
was
to
my
start a
sympathy.
streaming
Aw,
channel and get
right.
all the bits, man.
Well, how many?
Money's no object at this point.
I heard you could sell kidneys, not in the United States, but
Right.
But
So you
we're-
could easily go out of the country. He
Right.
was in Alaska. It's practically, well, it's still
like-
United
like
States,
Canada.
I suppose.
The problem is I think he's plus 2 games, meaning like he's got room for X amount, and he's above that.
Right. So Chuck is suggesting if you can't afford all the releases to sell an organ,
Yeah, that's why I just went to buy
a kidney, or maybe
think
make
I'm
a
getting
donation of some kind. And I hear plasma is probably pretty.
Oh yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah.
And anyone in the market for a new liver or kidney, please see Zach at Flipping Out Pinball and Kidney.
It's not a liver or a kidney. Right. Zach's taking kidneys on trade-ins towards new in box.
just not livers, because I've seen what happens to
Yeah.
livers.
No. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh man, that was terrible.
Chuck, now don't be
was
polite
big
and,
now.
and be purposely bad here.
Here you go, Chuck.
As the guest, we want you to excel, so don't sweat that.
That was terrible. I thought you were I thought you were throwing it with the 4 mil, but
Now Josh Roop from Loser Kid Pinball Podcast says not to be crude, but you can get $75 for one testicle.
$75.
I'm gonna go upstairs and get mine out of my wife's purse right now and see if I can get 150 grand tomorrow. That'd be pretty sweet. And then I'll be affording the rest of the. Hey, Kerry Hardy, thanks for the 1,000 bits, buddy. That's super nice of you, man. Pog Champion,
Well,
1,000.
he's kind of like an animated face. That's cool.
Heyo, yeah. There's a bunch of stuff going on that I don't understand on this Twitch interface, but it's
You know these
it's
kids.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, this is a little upgrade here.
Kerry Hardy, thank you, buddy.
All right, I have to ask, what's the average
Yeah.
age of the person on this? Do you guys have any no?
Well, yeah, because this is our pinball stream. I would say average age is probably mid-30s
Oh, okay.
on this right now.
Because I'm looking at these animated icons and I'm like, that's magic.
Right, right. That is magic. So I would say mid-30s. Slap Save
43.
Pinball Pocket. I'm also 43 for what it's worth. You're like what, 44?
I'm like 100.
144. Question for Chuck. His team have any more in store for Black Knight, or are the animations 100% done? That's from Hey, it's Joe Bob.
Hey, Bob. You know what? It's really strange. A lot of these games, they're done until they're not done. A lot of times, we'll have a situation where they'll go, you know what? We want to do another re-release, do 250 units, and part of that is, we'll add a mode or some stuff like that. So I can
Yeah.
never really say they're done.
Yeah, there's always options.
That's what's nice about the whole medium. It's a software platform. It's,
But at the moment,
But yeah, at the moment, it's. I know Tim's working on a release. I think I could say that. But yeah, it's pretty complete now. Like there's complete, and then there's like add things that you the wish list thing will hit later.
animations are a 1.0 or higher right now.
Yeah, exactly. We generally try not to update artwork after that because a lot of times it's a licensing. Like the licensor has to look at it and go like whatever.
Yeah.
This one's a little more loosey goosey with the licensor. They were like, cool, add as much, make it as cool as you can because it just adds value. So
That's awesome. Yeah, that
but,
flexibility.
That's the upside of something like this.
Oh wow, Slap Save, thank you for the 1,000 bits, man. Oh, and Kerry Hardy too. I was on the game and swapping head for the 200.
The dogs.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm hanging out on this upper
Hey.
playfield for a little
Hey,
bit.
Scott, if you can DoorDash us some burritos right now, that'd be a big solid. It's in Elgin, Illinois to St. Charles.
Yeah, give out the address on the stream.
Yeah, we could get some pretty fun stuff in UPS, though. No, I'm just kidding, Scott. I'm sure you would, though. Thank you, brother.
This license was like cool.
Yes, I do accept gift
getting
cards
that
to Mexican restaurants.
No, the licensor definitely wasn't like a just
Hell hand.
give me a check. But they were definitely liked seeing you add value to their license. It was not a just give me a check situation. They definitely want to see a pinball Black Knight 5.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah.
Dude, the movies don't die until the money stops coming in.
Right.
They'll keep kicking that dead horse.
And in that case,
And
they
that
also
is a
don't want
dead
you
horse.
to.
Oh,
That
they
is
beat
a
that.
dead
And I love the
horse.
movies, but, you can't stop watching them. So, maybe a Black Knight 4000 one day.
Like Fast and the Furious. If Richie dies, we'll just do a Weekend in Bernie's.
Oh yeah.
We'll trot him out, with the sunglasses.
Did you listen to our podcast last week?
No.
That's right. I thought you were getting.
Is that a Weekend at Bernie's reference?
Yes.
Chuck is a closet special when Lit Pinball podcast listener if he's pulling up the Weekend at Bernie's stuff.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Scott. Another 1,000 bits from Scott. Scott, what are you doing, man?
Scott,
Thank
you already sponsor this, man. And this is crazy.
Oh, he's doing the hell hand.
Yeah, I'm hell handing it here.
Yeah, this game looks awesome with the pin stadiums on it. Well, here.
It looks
Chuck,
awesome.
have you played Black
Yeah.
Knight with pin stadiums on it before or no?
Pin stadiums.
The lights that are on the side that light up the playfield?
Oh no, I've never seen.
So that's why you're like,
Oh,
this
that's
might
really weird.
This looks
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Hey. No, okay, we're kind of like mushrooms. They keep us in the dark.
and
And
feed you
yeah,
fecal.
yeah. So
Yeah.
no, there's so that we sold that. Did we sell this? We sell this?
No.
The pin stadiums.
No,
No,
that's-
Scott,
that's Scott at
Scott
Penn Stadium.
makes
Oh,
these
okay,
lights, and
gotcha.
He sells
Yeah,
them.
those
and you
are-
can put them on games.
Dang, that looks awesome. I love how it reflects on the metal ramps.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
This game has a
It
great
keeps the
light
game.
show.
It keeps the game a lot brighter and easier to see for us blind people.
It does. Well, we play in a little, darker roomage here. So
What's my favorite game so far? I guess you could contemporary game, like more recent games or previous games. Honestly, one of my favorite games ever is Elvis. I have an Elvis machine.
The 04?
nice.
What?
The 2004 machine?
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
sold my
Yeah.
Elvis.
Did you?
There's a lot going on in Elvis.
No,
though.
there is.
Yeah.
And it's got something for everyone in that game.
It does.
Like a kid could play it, but like if you really know what you're doing, you can get somewhere in the
Yep.
game.
Good game.
But yeah, my recent one that I play a lot is Deadpool. I like the way it shoots. It's a hard to beat but easy to get into the game kind of a game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deadpool.
How many games do you have in your collection at home, if you don't mind me asking?
I only have 3 right now.
Okay,
It's
so we
sad.
know 2 of the 3.
No.
Elvis, Deadpool.
So I got a Medieval Madness and Elvis. I don't have a Deadpool at home.
Oh, okay.
And then the very first pinball machine I ever bought was a Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man.
Nice.
It's intact,
And it works.
and well, not
Ish?
anymore.
Oh.
I gotta fix it. But that game is a commitment for how little game value you get out
Yeah,
of it.
right.
Yeah.
But we're big Pac-Man. We got a Mrs. Pac-Man and we
Yeah.
collect
So how long
Pac-Man
have you had
stuff.
that one? That was the first game you.
Probably 5 years,
Okay.
something like that. So
Medieval
before
Man-
that, I had arcade machines.
Gotcha.
Because I was doing a lot of arcade
Yeah,
stuff.
that makes sense.
Medieval Madness, is that a remake or a
Yeah, I got the
original?
remake. I got the bastardized version.
It still plays.
No,
Yeah.
it's what it is. But the purists tend to go like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But it's a fun game.
No. Steve's not up, Steve's not up right now. Ken's playing.
Oh, the Steve Ken confusion again.
I think that was a.
Do you want but, all right, but I
think that was an honest,
double or nothing on
honest
this.
mistake.
I'll give you 3 choices. Either it was Dennis, Zach, or Scott at Penn Stadium that made this mistake.
Shit, I'm on my phone.
Who do you think it was, Ken?
Wait, what's that?
Either was all right. So who made that mistake? Zach, Dennis, or Scott at Penn Stadium?
Hang on.
I will say Dennis.
It was Scott.
Was it Scott?
Scott.
No, we
you
had
don't know
a
me
we had
by
a
now.
good trap work beatie by Jason.
As Steve raises his raises his beer because he's happy that. No, all good. Oh no, it was Chris. Chris, I'm sorry. It was Chris. I'm sorry.
Chris who?
Two of us. Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay, it was Chris and Scott at Penn Stadium had it confused. I thought I read something wrong. Red Stripe is the official drink of mine this evening. So,
Bill and Jamaica boy.
hey, it's kind of it was kind of nice out today, man. I felt like doing something a little different.
Nice outside?
Yeah, I didn't catch any of that.
No.
It's not terrible.
Definitely not nice.
It wasn't
out.
raining.
It wasn't raining. Yeah, we had that.
Actually, the original titles are brutal. Because there's nothing to like, at least with this, there's no content to go off of. We're inventing the mythos behind the game. We're inventing the characters. We're inventing, even the reason why you're playing the game. It's different if it's like Ghostbusters. You're catching ghosts. So you're like, okay, I have something to start with.
Yeah.
This one's like the Black Knight likes hitting things. And it's like, I need something a little more than the Black Knight likes hitting things. He likes hitting people. Well, I know that's a thing.
Sorry, Jason.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Ball came.
So it's way harder. You get a little bit easier. You get a little more leeway with the licensor. They tend to be a little more open-minded. But the end result is everything has to be created from scratch.
Yeah. Sorry, Jason, about that.
What do we?
Yeah. Jason just got his Black Knight Premium last Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
So,
There should be a topper
Dimple
coming
Brand,
soon.
thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Should be a topper coming soon.
Ah,
I've seen it.
okay.
You guys will like it.
Swampin' Head, thank you for the 500 bits. You the man.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
my turn to
No,
suck?
it's
Uh-oh.
I mean to
All right.
play.
Quick
My
one,
turn to
yes.
play.
Well, he didn't want you getting too cold.
I don't want to. Am I player two?
You are.
Yeah, you're two. We're keeping the same order from original.
Oh.
I'm 3 and then
okay.
Ken's 4.
I have a hard time believing my score is that low. With my
We
professional
rigged
skills.
it.
Right, especially with you being a professional pinball
You know what it is?
manufacturer
Brutal.
employee.
Yeah, so
What kind of cans you got here? Can.
Yeah, this is
Audio
what a
tape,
great
please.
night, man. Southwest Pennsylvania Pinhead with 500 bits and unbelievable. We've got Dimple Brain followed, thank you, and then Scott. I was playing when you knocked out that 1,000 bits. We got
Blake's following.
Blakeg 77, Blake G 77 is following the channel. I appreciate that. Again, we are streaming live on the Flip N Out Pinball channel. You already know that because you're here, but in the studio today, I'm Ken from Special Inlay Pinball Podcast, Bill from Special Inlay Pinball Podcast, Steve Beatty, our partner in crime in our pinball adventures, and then on the machine right now, ladies and gentlemen, very special guest to the stream tonight, Mr. Chuck Ernst. Now, Chuck is the computer graphics art director at Stern Pinball, so everything that you're seeing on these LCDs and a lot of what you've seen on some of the DMDs, like Chuck has had his hands all over and he's running these teams.
MagnaSave, man.
He's MagnaSaving and he's blowing it up. So we want to thank everybody for coming in the chat tonight, and thank you so much for the patience to get the stream running and all the generosity. And thanks to Zach and Nicole Many at Flip N Out Pinball for allowing us to stream Black Knight Sword of Rage LE. This machine is available for purchase. We will be streaming this for the next couple weeks, and then it's here. It's in St. Charles. It can be picked up or shipped. Very low plays, so it's not bad. So if you want to contact Zach, you can see the number there in the upper left. Give him a call for any new pinball machines, including this Black Knight LE. As Chuck gets a refill, Chuck. So let me ask you.
My wife's watching.
Well, you've been drinking water all night. I don't
Oh, yeah,
understand.
that's true.
So, what were your expectations coming in tonight? You're like, so we ask you to come on a podcast, we do the interview, and then we say, hey, can you stick around and stream the game afterwards? Like, what's going through your head? Because you already stated this is your first podcast.
So yeah,
Right?
So I mean, I've
Okay.
been interviewed at work, and then occasionally the podcaster will come into the office and try to corner you and try to get you to confess things.
Is that what happens
Yeah,
at Stern?
oh,
They're
God,
letting,
yeah.
like
No, it's
random
like-
podcasters
And
in?
then inevitably they always find one person that like screws up, and then their generic email will go out like, "Okay, guys, I don't think I have to say this again, but can you please quit telling everybody everything? Thanks."
Right.
You know,
Okay.
Stop spilling the
Generic.
beans.
I'm not gonna name names, but this guy.
I got one Magna save.
Pins Rule says with all the bits that we have, Bill, we can start affording to pay our correspondence coming up in the next couple weeks. So
Germs are free.
That's awesome.
We gotta pay.
The machine will be disinfected. We will have Chuck lick the flipper buttons, and that's just an added bonus. And we will now watch those.
Interesting fact: it's cleaner than a dog's mouth.
That is your. Oh, what is?
Mine.
Oh, yours.
No, actually, Steve got some funky something going on like last week.
Jason at Slap Save wants his bits back. There was a question for Chuck from Josh at Loser Kid Pinball Podcast. He wants to know what your favorite thing is working at Stern. But before we do that, I'm just going through chat here because it's flowing. We have Flipping Out Pinball. Zach says he's in love with the making of videos that Stern puts out. I am also. And Zach's a little aficionado with his videos, so that's kind of nice. Knocked me off the stream. It's dead. For me, Slapside Pinball Podcast. Dennis, hope you get a Dutch pinball correspondent. We need it. We need a Dutch pinball correspondent. I think we might have one. Fallgren with 100 bits. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it, buddy.
Dutch pinballs. Then where they pull the blanket over your head.
That's a Dutch. Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that.
I think we're 900 bits away from Chuck showing nipples or one nipple.
Not one nipple.
So that's kind of
900
good.
to go. Come on. Come on,
Bill, I'll
people.
let you get in. Is it my turn, player
Oh
four?
man, I would have shaved my chest
Oh, jeez.
if I would have known.
You know, I agree, man. But I like the surprise too. I don't need to know what's coming out next ahead of time. I'm totally cool with,
But you know,
with
there's
waiting.
There's my favorite is there's always the guy that goes, "Well, if I would have known, I wouldn't have bought the one I bought."
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, just stop.
You were gonna buy it anyway.
In every game that you think, every game that's coming out, there's always another game coming out. So you're always
There's
like,
always a game coming out.
Thank you, Dave, for the 100 bits.
ask Chuck if he uses Blender. Actually, we do use Blender. Blender is amazing, and at some point we're hoping to eventually kind of switch over everything to Blender because it does everything you need for the 3D stuff. So it's
Nice.
I can't say enough about that tool. And I've basically been a Max Maya alias guy my whole life, and every one of them's made me want to pull my hair out. And Blender is actually very cool, and it's free.
Thank you, Carrie Hardy, for subscribing with your Prime.
That's how I modeled the hovers.
Is that a Prime subscription?
That is
Cool.
a Prime subscription.
Thank you, Carrie.
Carrie, our boy.
That's awesome, guys. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Gracias.
I'm a little over.
Lord Helmet just donated 700 bits too. Thank
Lord
you.
Helmet, man. Thank you, buddy.
You're the man.
You've got a little prize in the
Nice.
mail that's coming from the Friday night Flippin' Out stream, actually.
Yeah, dude, overwhelmed with how this has gone.
I am absolutely, especially with the poor start that we had today, Bill.
Well, we were just testing Ken, and Ken did all right with the test. So, oh yeah, he does some great videos.
Ken passed. What's that mean?
Ken passed the test of getting the stream going, despite the
Right. It's
adversities.
like grab the pebble from my hand.
yeah,
Walk
I mean,
on the rice paper.
It was either
The
that,
test.
or we were gonna start singing. I wish you could step out from that ledge, my friend. Ken looked a little upset there. All right, Mr. Beatty,
That was a test to see if anybody was over the age of 45.
yeah.
Right. Hey, little third eye blind never hurt anybody.
Yeah, no,
I'll
that
tell
was
you that much.
yeah.
So someone's asking when will Stern go full 4K? But do you really need 4K on a screen at that size?
No.
I don't think so either.
No. It's also like 4K on your phone. I always crack that. I'm
It's-
like,
it's-
oh, this
yeah.
phone
Yeah.
does 4K. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Why?
I gotta hold
No.
it. I gotta hold it like 6 miles from my face at this
There's-
point.
There's no point. In
Yeah.
The screen is small.
No.
No,
that-
I just realized. Are you allowed to drink like alcohol on Twitch? Like, is this supposed to be poured into a solo cup?
is it?
I don't even know what the rules are on that.
I think you're just not allowed to shoot people.
I'm drinking.
Pretty.
That's
Root
pretty
beer.
much frowned upon outside of Twitch too.
Right.
Chuck.
It's a general rule, really.
Right.
It is frowned upon.
It's a little rough when you're shooting people.
Yeah, it's like
Not good.
anything YouTube's like, don't burn things down.
And there goes the affiliate status, Zach says. We're all done. Scott says, Ken always asks, and then he takes a drink. Right.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
Twitch is waiting until we get any type of bits or subs, and then they're like, "Oh, those are all null and
Well,
void.
we gotta find you.
You're drinking on your stream." So
Twitch is brilliant.
it's absolutely interesting.
You know,
I'll say that.
And I always joke around. We're like, 10 years ago, if you would have told me, oh wait, no, there's just gonna be this thing where people are gonna pay. to what does it say?
Jobber says the terms of service says you can shoot someone, but only if they consent to it.
All right, there you go.
Right on Twitch. So go ahead, Chuck. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
What are Chuck's favorite Capcom premiere? And
And Zachariah pins.
that would be none.
Oh
No, honestly, I can't. I don't even know who makes the games I like to play.
Really?
Yeah, like a lot. I don't look. Actually, what's funny is I actually look. The old days where they used to put the credits on the playfield.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I check for to see if there's people I know.
that you know.
Yeah, and I don't even know who, because there's a lot of times the companies were like, oh, then Bally got bought by, WMS,
Williams.
and then
Right,
and then they
right.
all changed hands. Like Data Ace now Sega, and then whatever. So in my head, I'm not. It's not the company. It's the title.
Your daughter, she was involved with some of the animation stuff on Deadpool and stuff. Is she in the credits, like on the game? Is her name on there?
I
or-
don't think there's actual credits in the game.
there's not credits in
There's
the game.
no. We always we just get our names and the high scores.
Yeah,
like that.
Are,
Kind of
are
stuff.
her initials in there?
I don't know if her initials are in there.
Come on,
I should
come
check
on.
that
We
out,
need a
right?
code
Like I'm
update.
a
If
bad
not, they will
dad.
be.
Tanyo.
It's total bad dad.
Tanya's got he's got to code her into the pin. Right.
But what's funny is I'm like, did you go see your work in the pinball? And she's like, nah. Like she's just totally like,
No.
just like, okay, cool, I did a thing, and then she moves on to the next thing.
Yeah.
It's like artists are.
I tried to get my son into pinball podcasting. Same exact kind
He's
of
like,
thing.
"Dad."
He's like, now I'm gonna take a pass. I'm like, what?
I remember when my kids were younger, they were I was in the video game industry, and they would be like, your dad makes video games, it's so cool, and my kids were like, "Pfft, whatever.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's like it's way cooler to be a fireman at that point. Like, there's stuff's on fire, you get to put it out.
If when I was a kid, if somebody's dad made video games, that would have been like,
Oh yeah. Did you bring
like,
stuff home
oh my
that you
God.
were working on to show them, or no?
Yeah, well, like I had arcade machines in the basement that they worked on. And I put my kids' pictures in them.
Yeah.
So you could do
Dave Fulgren's like, my kids are shocked that I'm watching Twitch right now. It's like, it is kind of like a new thing.
Dad, I'm hungry.
Right.
Dad, go outside and something.
David Mania says a job is a job, especially for artists, and they have to move quickly to keep living off that work. For the artists.
I have to, my dad was a machinist, and he used to come home from work with just third-degree burns all over his arms, and
Oh, yeah.
just like horrible. And he used to just like do not do what I do for a living.
Yeah.
And he was excited when I sat at a desk. And he's like, cool, he's not going to burn his arms off,
Right.
And then,
It's always nice when you don't burn your arms off.
right.
Pins rule, is this Dr. John? I'm still trying to remember everybody's usernames here, and I apologize if I forget. It's not intentional. First of all, I'm horrible with names, and second of all, I'm horrible with names. So, yeah, hey, man. Thank you so much, and I wanted to congratulate you and your daughter on her success in Australia competitively. I saw that she was rocking it out over there, so I did not get a chance to reach out to you. Now, Dr. John does our segment. First, he covers spooky pinball for us on Special Inlet Pinball Podcast, so just saying hi, man, and congratulations, buddy, and happy belated Father's Day. Flip N Out Pinball says, and that's Zach, you ever listen to podcasts at all?
You know what?
Just ours.
You're going to start listening to one.
How do
probably
they get
tomorrow.
on my computer? I don't know. It's
Okay,
just
okay.
Just
Do you listen to any pinball
no,
podcasts?
actually, I'm a YouTube guy, which is I don't know if that's like a million years
So
ago.
do you know like Zach and Greg from Straight Down the Middle? Like they've
Yeah,
got a pinball
yeah,
channel?
yep.
Okay, so you know those guys.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know
so
those guys.
so Zach, he's in chat right now. He's under Flip N Out Pinball. Like this is his streaming channel and that's his Black
okay.
Knight. So he's telling you right now he feels that Chuck Ernst is trending up because he has a market trend segment. So you're trending up right
Right.
now and he's appreciative that you're here.
Not like the
as
old
we all
days
are.
where I used to get in the paper and then my mom was embarrassed.
Yeah, right. And the Jobber says you
It's like,
only,
God damn it!
oh, you only listen to Canada, he says, Jobber. But Do you know the word Canada? Do you know who that is?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Okay, so you don't listen to podcasts, but you know who that is.
No, I just know from sensational things that have happened.
Yes.
And made it down, have managed to trickle to my inbox.
Right. Okay.
And so basically, if I don't know you, you haven't done something really, really, really dumb. Like, I mean, if you've showed up in my inbox like, oh my God, you got to see this. I'm pretty sure it's something embarrassing.
Oh man,
Not a good thing. You're up, by the way, Chuck.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
Chuck,
jeez.
he's all into the chat, man. Like this is what he's doing.
All right, here we go.
Hey,
Penn Stadium says, Petey just walked up behind you like he just got done beating someone up.
There was some ass kicking to be done
he just fought
upstairs.
the Black Knight. Oh, was
just
there
beating
upstairs?
a bottle.
Kiki.
My cat Kiki. My daughter's cat Kiki. I wanted a dog, but we got a cat.
No,
Anyway.
the cat's cool.
Yeah, she's okay.
She's a cool cat.
She's okay.
Chris, the pin turns in here. What up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, Chris? Nice having you here.
Chris.
Where's your partner in crime? Where's Albert? Where's Orby? Flipping Out Pinball at Loser Kid.
Oh, hey
Haha,
now.
I'm waiting
Hey
for
now,
that.
Chuck.
I do get to say that I love the podcast and then talk straight down the middle.
God.
Oh, so anyway, so straight down the middle, they do a lot of reviews
No,
on
yeah,
machines.
I know those
yeah,
guys.
yeah. Okay.
They're legit.
Yeah, no, they are legit. They are legit. Hey, Romania says this game is so freaking hard.
This game's awesome though.
It's not
it's
not
hard.
that hard. It's
It could be brutal, but man, it's definitely a one more game.
Zach
I
says
want
thanks.
to play one more. I
See,
want to play one more.
that's
Zach,
actually-
Zach says thank you, Chuck, for telling them that they're legit at
Oh no,
STD.
they're legit.
Yeah, he knows they're legit, but it's always nice to hear from somebody in the industry to kind of not even give you props, but at least recognize that you're doing something that's positive for pinball, it's nice to be
And
recognized.
and these guys are all they're the kind of the face of our industry.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so busy making the games.
Right.
We're not out there like look at not like the video game guys of the old just out there like talking it up,
Yeah,
like
no, keep
almost
the
like
engines on,
rapper,
man. Yeah, you got
beefs and these guys are it's
do
really.
you go on sites like Pinside and start reading comments? Like when a game comes out, you jump on there for a couple days and then want to go hang
No.
yourself, or are you
No.
pretty much?
Well, see, there's useful information on Pinside and good feedback,
Yeah.
but not within the first week.
Well,
It's like
Yeah,
there's the same 26 guys that get out there and go like,
Yeah.
your game gave me cancer
from
and you're
reveal.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And you're like, how you didn't even ship yet?
It's better
How
than
did
crabs,
you-
though, right?
Right, that's true.
hey,
But later on, a lot of the guys will chime in and they'll go like, that guy's insane,
Yeah.
I would tweak this or whatever. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Like we absorb that data. The negative stuff never helps.
No.
It's
And like you said, there's a lot of it in that first week.
It's always
or
the first
after
week.
reveal. Everyone
Yeah.
has something in their mind of what this game should be.
my favorite is always like you know what game they should have done? I'm like, I don't know. Tell me, guy that works at Best Buy.
Yeah.
oh jeez,
I said it. I
A
said it.
large portion of our listener base works at Best Buy.
Oh,
Sorry,
son
Best
of
Buy.
a! Dang it.
We're sponsored by Best Buy, Chuck. I don't know if you know that or not. By Geek Squad.
My point is,
Actually, we could have used Geek Squad tonight.
what I meant to say was Circuit City.
Thank you,
So Circuit City.
Thank you, Lord Breath. Sorry, just
Oh,
trying to
sorry.
catch up.
Glad I meant Circuit City. Old school name drop. No, it's just one of those things where like I can't imagine like it's the same thing with any industry where you're trying to like blaze new ground.
Yeah.
Like I just crack up at the people that are like Tesla's going down, man. I'm like, it's been 10 years. Like at what point are they going down? You know what they don't know what they're doing. I'm like, okay, you're gonna
They're
design
doing something right.
You're gonna design a car. Like I can't even possibly tell you what it takes to design a car.
No.
But I know I'm not the one that criticized Elon Musk for designing a car wrong. Like it's just like
Hey man, everybody has an opinion.
No, here, there's a difference, and honestly, one of the things that we try and focus on is
sorry, Chris. He's a manager there.
is, you know what, there's a right way and a wrong way to handle things. And just because you might not have a theme that you might be fully enthralled with, well, you know, you don't have to buy it, but don't crap all over it because that's somebody else's dream theme. You know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And it's Babbage's. You guys are even bringing out older stuff. Micro Center.
Oh, Micro Center.
Yeah. How many people have gotten stiffed by our Micro Center? Was it where you get a refund or what was the
Rebate.
rebate?
Oh, that was a
How about the
brutal-
Micro Center rebates?
I never got into that. So.
Yeah,
It's like
safe.
Radio Shack. That's been pretty recent since they
Actually,
closed.
you know what's-
5-6 years ago, maybe.
Radio Shack is why I'm here today. Believe it or not.
Oh, let's hear this story.
Right when I was a kid, okay, so this is way geeky, but now it's hip now, so I can say it. The kids will like it. I used to play D&D at a hobby store.
Was that Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and Dragons.
At a hobby store.
At a hobby store. Like it was
right.
like they had the back room and we'd game.
Yeah.
And there was a Radio Shack next door. And at some point I started just going into the Radio Shack and teaching myself the code on their TRS-80s. And the owner of the Radio Shack loved it because there was this 12-year-old kid on the computer making animations and doing stuff. And like parents would come in and they go like, this computer's so easy to use. A kid could use it. And he was selling computers because I was in there just like, and I would be in there for 4 hours. Like it would be 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock until the guy would like get out, you know, and kick me out. And then that's where I first learned to program and assembly language. And I even taught myself assembly language at the Radio Shack.
Wow.
So
that's
that was
impressive, man.
that
You
was
jumped
funny.
on the Tandies back in the day.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm nostalgic for the Radio Shack, and I'm sad that it turned into like a phone, you know, accessory
Yeah.
case.
Sharper image.
Sharper. Yeah,
It did. It did.
Oh yeah, radio, yeah.
Yeah, kind of Diet Coke radio. Diet Coke.
So child labor. You weren't even
Right.
getting paid. You were just selling
The guy
computers to old ladies.
The guy that ran it, I didn't really appreciate because he was an actual real, like back in the day, like they knew electronics.
Yeah.
You come in, I'm like, hey, I need a diode that does whatever, and they're like, oh, hold on, and then they bring you out the thing you needed. And now it's like the joke is like Radio Shack. You got questions? We have blank stares. You know?
We have Google.
We have Google.
They're no Best Buy, Geek Squad. That
Right.
Shout out to Best
Shout
Buy.
out to Best Buy for the Geek Squad.
Shout out to Best Buy.
Like I said, we could have used them earlier tonight.
You guys want to do another game of Sword of Rage, and then
Let's
maybe
do
we jump in a little after hours phone in segment. We're gonna bring Zach Meny in on the phone first, and then we're gonna go live. So
You want to run the promo while I go to the...
yeah, you know what? Let's take care of some business
I
here real
don't,
quick,
I don't know if
guys.
we should take phone calls. The Best Buy people are going to call up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about.
Yeah, good times, good times. Refollow, thanks, Chris the Pintern. Good times.
What? No Blockbuster comments? I should have used Blockbuster. That would've been a good
Blockbuster.
one,
I saw
right?
Blockbuster.
Was there? Oh, dang it. Yeah, next time. I'll write that down.
Man, what a busy night in chat. I mean, it's been fun.
It's hard to
Hello,
keep
Promise.
It is hard to keep up. So if we missed a comment and you think it's important enough,
Just keep spamming it till we get
I
angry.
was just gonna say,
Exactly.
you know, find a way to make your font bigger or something, and, and then we'll go ahead and we'll
use
do that.
Use the
promise
animated
in
icon.
84. Hi, yeah. I don't even know how you get animated icons. This whole thing is like new to me, but it's impressive. Promise Land 84. Hey guys, what's going on, Promise Land 84?
What up?
Flippin' Out Pinball says, hey, at Promise Land 84, thanks for coming by, and we
Type
share
in
the same
caps.
sentiments. Chrono 861, where's my
There we
shirt,
go.
Ken? Hey, you know what? Message me if you're missing a shirt, please. And that's special
send-
when litspinballpodcast@gmail.com.
You send shirts out?
Uncle Rich has followed. Yeah, we've got some shirts.
Is he rubbing his
That-
nipples?
That he is rubbing his nipples.
I'm about ready to-
because that's
What's going on over here?
Steve. Steve's good.
Couple beers
Ladies?
in here now.
The stream is making my font bigger. Zach says, "Hey,
Oh,
Lord
hello.
Helmet.
Custom emotes.
Zach, have my babies. You too, Steve. Promised in '84. There you go, buddy. So hey,
Promised Land 84. That's the year I was born. That is my
Promised Land '84.
I could have my daughter make you a custom emoji thing or whatever they have in here.
I would love that.
That would be awesome. I'll talk to her.
I don't even know how to implement it into the channel, like because I know like like some of your other streamers, they've got like these custom things that like
yeah.
bits
Right, yeah.
or like the little animations.
Mine always looks like MySpace.
What would be
If I was to do it.
What would be the custom animation?
I'd probably Chuck's nipples. I think that would be the easiest
Actually,
thing to do.
chucksnipples.com. I've already got it. And .net, because it's a big thing.
Oh,
Flippers and
geez.
nipples.
So it's here, what's Chuck's favorite dream theme? Actually, the dream game I would work on would probably be the original Blade Runner.
Oh, okay. And there's a calling for that pin, I think. A
Well,
Blade Runner pin
yeah,
would
they
be
keep
pretty
bringing it
good.
up, but it's one of those things where like they were like, I don't know, does anybody care about that anymore? And I'm like, I bought all the movies. I bought the.
Does anybody care about any of these themes that are
Yeah,
coming
I
out
don't know,
anymore? I
it's
mean,
true.
think about it. I mean, when was the last time you thought about Munsters? But they came out and it's a fun pin. It's a great theme for a
Yeah,
pinball machine.
and it's-
But it's like, but who thinks about Munsters until it's presented to you? So Blade
Right.
Runner, I think it would slip in there, no problem. Just my opinion.
Like Tears in the Rain.
Like tears
Just
in the
slipping
rain.
them in.
Like a moth to the flame, burned by the fire.
He's only here for the nipples.
Promised Land's only here for the nipples. Chuck, would you do Beetlejuice? Carrie wants to know. Carrie Hardy.
You know what? I love Beetlejuice. I also love Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, and
But-
there's a homebrew pin.
Yeah,
Night-
so
Nightmare Before Christmas.
any of those Tim Burton kind of things are just lend themselves to pinball easily.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what the commercial viability is. Like Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know who. Like I know in Japan it's huge.
Okay.
I don't know. I love it. It's one of those things where you get into this things where because you're into it,
Yeah,
you think
like
everybody's
Weekend
into
at
it.
Bernie's.
You're like, come on, everybody's in it.
Would you do a Weekend at Bernie's pin? This is a subject that's near and dear.
jeez.
Bill Paxton pinball?
Right.
But yeah, no, it's kind of dangerous because like what they'll do
Elf.
is they'll come around, somebody will go like, what do you guys think of this band? And I'm like, oh my god, no. And they're like, what are you kidding? I've got the album, I've got the shirt, I've seen 16,000 whatever
Yeah.
concerts, and I'm like, dude, it just means you have bad taste.
Oh.
It's just like it's tough.
Here's a question for you. You go to a concert. Do you wear the band's T-shirt to their concert?
Nope. Right?
Or do you not?
Nope.
It's like Inception, right? You're at the concert wearing the shirt, wearing the concert
but I'm
with the
asking
shirt.
you, like, what was the last concert you went to?
Oh, you don't want to know.
It's not the Bee Gees or anything, right? It's
No, it's close. no, actually, I saw U2 last
Annette
time I went to see
Funicello
U2.
and U2. Okay, so would you wear a U2 shirt to the
No.
U2 concert? Really?
No. 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 It's kind of like you go there to get the shirt.
Isn't that Magna?
You don't go there to wear the shirt.
Actually, I don't even think you get the shirt. Do you get the shirt?
Everyone knows you're there.
But you
Well, you
are
get the shirt, but you can't wear it anywhere because then you feel like you're a poser wearing the shirt.
Right.
Like, I don't understand it.
you don't.
I went to Pearl Jam at Wrigley and I wore a Pearl Jam shirt. Like,
Bill's
so-
like, I never wore the Bengals shirt again.
No,
After that last
ever,
one.
ever.
What if it's like
he let go of his eternal
Well,
flame.
when I went to go see New Kids on the Block over the weekend, I
Oh,
wore their
jeez.
shirt.
All right,
What if
let's
it's like
get,
a U2 like 1987 and you're like, I was there for
Let's-
this show.
let's get
Boom.
caught up in chat here.
Yeah. But yeah,
Chris the Pern,
No!
pin turn. Straight to jail if you don't get the jackpot. Flippers
shit, I
die.
might as well not even sit down anymore, guys.
It's getting a little loud in here, like talking over each other here. I need a little direction here.
Where's
I
your
can't
producer?
work like this, guys.
Where's your producer?
Where is the producer?
Baba Booey.
I think I am the producer. Promised Land 84 says, I wear my ABBA shirt every day. Pin Stadium. Use 100 bits. Pin Stadium's like the
Stadium's-
Rockefellers tonight, man. He's putting out the money. I love it.
Throwing down.
Baby needs a new pair of shoes.
Now these pin, and maybe he's giving me a hint to say that this pin is illuminated on stream by Pin Stadium. So if you've not checked into Pin Stadium lately, there's an array of products that like will blow your mind. And the latest release is the Hover, which allows you to install the Pin Stadiums that hover on the actual playfield. So when you lift the playfield, you no longer have to worry about the Magna mounts and the Pin Stadiums coming off from the sides because they're affixed to the playfield and they're adjustable. So go to pinstadium.com,
I love
check
that.
out the Hover. It's actually pretty impressive. Ken and Bill, are we going to see you at Southern Fried? No, we're not. I don't think so, unfortunately. I would love to do that at some point. Would you like to go to Southern Fried Gaming Expo? Where is that? Is that Kentucky?
Sounds like
Sandwich.
Kentucky.
It's Sandwich, Illinois.
Yeah, it's like
It's
Alaska.
Sandwich?
It's in Sandwich, right next to Ribfest.
Silent Stars, Gobi is followed. Thank you.
We don't know.
Thank you.
Now I want chicken. A little Southern Fried chicken.
And Hot Atlanta.
Oh, hot Atlanta.
So
Oh, geez.
does that mean Ludacris is going to be there too? Oh, Swapping Head donated 300 bits. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Northwest.
You know, here's the real issue with
I'm so out of touch. I don't know
making
what
it out
is.
of
I'm with the ABBA shirt for sure.
with going to Southern Fried. Is honestly traveling right now for me is really limited. My wife is
Because of the federal travel ban on you.
Right, he's banned in
were-
Canada.
Bill's-
and
yeah, right.
Bill's been in
west
the
of the
paper
Mississippi.
too recently.
All because of the incident.
they were just looking. You know, I mean, it's not a watch. They're just like a warning.
Ken with the madness.
No, honestly, my wife is 24 weeks pregnant on Wednesday, so I don't want to be.
You know the weeks?
Yeah, I get an update every Wednesday.
You get an update every Wednesday.
Wednesday, 24,
Every Wednesday.
25,
Or I get
26.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I cannot make it east of St. Louis.
Billy Idol at Naperville Rib Fest.
So-
that's not even in Naperville anymore.
No, You know what? If you ask the wife, no, I am not pregnant. But that said,
So you just missed out on this whole Father's Day thing.
no. I already have one.
Okay,
yeah,
then you're
yeah.
good. Then
But
you,
she had a fever, and we
Did you
couldn't do
decide? Are you
anything.
keeping that
Oh,
one? Or
bummer.
Yeah, we just made it out of the return clause on her. So, no, but a quick funny sidebar non-pinball story is the wife liked to tell me how to rearrange the trash and the grass clippings on the driveway because I was killing grass, putting the grass clippings on the side. So
But you weren't doing it correct.
long to the short, she blasted a bag of grass clippings and blamed me after she told me to put them there. So, good times.
Limp Biscuit, that'd make a good pin.
Did it all? Did it all for the nookie.
Okay. I gotta ask everybody listening. Give me a list of the
go
worst
Limp Bizkit there?
bands.
Right.
The worst bands you can make a pin out of. Go.
Bodians.
Go.
the worst bands?
No, the Beastie Boys would be badass. Nickelback wins. That would.
I would consider owning a Nickelback.
So would
band,
I.
actually.
What?
I don't mind Nickelback at all. Thanks for coming by, Chuck.
I
And,
appreciate your time and effort.
I'm out of here. Millie
Vanilli.
Vanilli. Creed.
Creed is pretty bad.
God. Hey, I like Right Said Fred.
Michael McDonald.
Ashley Simpson. Is she still alive?
Too sexy for this body.
I'm sure she's in rehab somewhere.
What about a little Rick Astley?
Rick Astley. Chumbawamba.
Never gonna
He
give
pulls
you
the
up.
Chumbawamba.
I am tone deaf, actually, Jobber. So
Oh, God. Yeah, Kids
And-
Bop.
and-
Kids Bop's good.
Hey, honestly, Wham's so old though that might not be too terrible.
Okay, you know what the band pin I want to do? We've known each other for 2 hours. Guess.
Yeah,
No?
we're good
You
friends.
guys
Right.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. So let me think about it for a second. Stone Temple Pilots.
No.
Oh shit, that's mine.
Oh,
sorry.
is it?
I forgot. Yeah, I love STP.
I was thinking Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see
because you
that.
could do the funny with the band.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
Yeah.
a bad
Yeah, I can see it.
That would be cool.
And
I
you're
like
up.
it. Oh, is it me again? Oh man.
We're all
Now, I did not put a pin gulp on this pin because I didn't want any splashage of anything. What you doing there, Chuck?
Where are the lights coming from, man?
Oh, Chuck's trying to figure out the pin stadiums.
Oh, there they are.
dude.
That's cool. I love how that lights up. That's
You like
awesome.
that? Hey.
Yeah, that's badass.
Pin Stadium. Chuck Ernst approved. Nicely done, Scott. You're getting some
Space
Very
Ditch.
nice.
There we go.
They're nicely hidden in there. That was good.
Spastage.
That should be a shirt. Spastage.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not gonna. Should I turn them off on him while he's
Yes.
playing? Would that
Really?
just
I
like,
Can't see.
put him into a seizure?
Yeah, dude, do it.
They didn't like
Dude,
my
you can
idea
do
of
that
doing
to me.
Don
Don't F with him. Do it to me.
Hey,
Well,
Andy.
dude, you're gonna be expecting it. So how fun is that?
All right, so here's our Pin Stadium demo this evening.
No, I'm not gonna do it to him. That would be pretty funny though.
Dude, do it while I'm playing so you can show the benefits. See, it works out
All
perfect.
right, now. Kill it.
This is the saddest thing ever.
All right, so this is Penn Stadium's
next
off.
to cancer and
Oh, never mind.
When the GI goes off, that's Pin Stadium's off.
I thought you
I'm just
killed
gonna
him.
tilt him on purpose.
I didn't kill him.
Cause a thing.
Here you go, Chuck.
That's alright. I'll take his mic.
So Chuck, in all honesty, And I want to thank Dave Falgren for the 100 bits, buddy. I'll
100
tell you what,
bits?
every little bit helps because we're gonna have to
Pay for the
have
FCC
to-
violations.
right all the
Support
FCC
the
violations.
drinking habits here.
So get up in front of that. And so, are you having fun tonight? Is this something that like you would do again? You're gonna have to come here because you got to talk right in the front of that bad boy.
Well, I was
'Cause it's
pointing
like-
it towards me, but I'll
Yeah, you
I'll
got to get up on
closer.
it. There you go. There you go. Are you having fun? Are you having a good time?
No, it's a good time.
So will you come back and stream with us again?
Sure.
All right, this is awesome. So every time we get a Stern machine in here, you got to stream, and then you got to start showing up to our pinball nights.
I just don't understand. People can't see this, but I don't understand what's with all the guns.
Oh,
Camera here. There's just rows of guns.
Right.
I mean, the archery range.
My
over there is
wife's clicking the
amazing.
stream off. Oh,
Just
yeah. The G word is forbidden.
no, G word's not forbidden. Why is that
Now,
forbidden?
now we got FBI watching. So
We
subscribe,
didn't-
FBI.
We didn't say bomb. We said guns.
Dude, now we are going to be on a watch list. Now we are on a watch list. There goes all the bits.
so. When I first got my job at Midway Games way back in '98, there was an
Good old
interview.
Midway.
And they had this. It was an open interview, so anybody could come and interview you, which is weird. Like just anybody could show up. It was like 10 a.m. interview going on. Come or don't come or ask questions or
Interesting.
don't. Yeah, it was weird. So I was sitting in the interview, and at the end of the interview, they go, "So, you like guns?" And I'm like,
Really?
"Yeah." It was like they were messing with you. It was like it was an inside thing that they would do. And I go, "Yeah, I like guns, but I'm not allowed to have one anymore." And they were like, so it was a weird thing where they were trying to throw me off, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, ever since can't have that." And they were like,
Ever since that one incident.
right.
Do you like school? Yeah, until I wasn't allowed.
That
by
one
anymore.
incident.
The St. Charles Militia, says Falgren.
Oh my gosh. And
Schmitty.
the St. Charles Militia make sure that your recyclables are in the right containers.
Whoa, hey, don't mess with the
grass
recyclables.
clippings, otherwise
Yeah,
your
grass
wife takes a
clippings.
brand new truck and runs over the grass clippings. And then you ask her about it. And then you see the tread mark on the grass bag, and you're like, what? You know, it wasn't that she was driving backwards and ran
Oh,
over
did you
it.
just go back to the grass clippings?
Yeah, we're
She
Oh,
was going-
right.
She was going forward and ran over him. I'm like, you
Not
gotta
even
be kidding
reversing.
me. No, dude, she straight blasted it and ran it right over. And I'm like, how did you get a tire tread on the flipping bag?
Did she flip you off
I
while
had
she
to-
was doing it?
No, she didn't even want to tell me about
That'd
it.
be awesome.
Yeah,
she flipped
right?
you off
Yeah.
and threw an empty at you.
Well, she throws stuff all the time. It just wasn't over.
Well, you
that.
have
She wrote
cameras, so you
Bill's
went
names
back
on
and
all
watched
the
the
bags.
footage.
No, because it happened, dude. She went to go pick up dinner, right? For
Wait,
Father's Day.
What did she get?
What do you think she got?
She got some tacos and
She got some
burritos.
dinners, yes.
Clearly
So-
your fault.
Yeah,
Atta wife.
It was actually my
Good
fault.
job, Jamie.
What was it? Who had the
Good luck, Harry.
the call-in show at night with
I'll text it to you probably tomorrow because my phone's almost dead.
Pinball related?
Schmitty.
No, it was Jesus, Dr.
Dr. Ruth?
No, the guy that had the call-in show for everyone with domestic issues and
Oh,
Oh, I'm
teen-
sorry, Chuck. I
not
never
sure.
had to watch that. I don't,
I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that one either.
Swapping head.
Dr. Drew.
Yeah, that was it.
All right.
So I thought this was going into a
Bitch.
Dr. Drew thing.
Dr.
Like,
Drew and Adam Carolla on Loveline. You remember
Oh,
that?
wow.
Yeah.
That's old. Was that MTV?
It's like so. Yeah. We can't give any advice, I don't think.
Yes,
It's
she actually
for
did. She did say that I did this to her because she had to go get my dinner.
Where was she going for your dinner?
Tacos, man, or burritos.
Burritos? Where?
Yeah.
Shout out to.
Are you giving
El
the?
Mauricio and
Oh,
Elgin.
okay,
There you
now
go.
it's gonna be
See?
packed.
Oh, yeah.
Now I can't go there anymore.
Hey, all good things. You all right?
Oh no, dude.
Okay.
Crank Yankers Pinball.
You know what? We didn't actually talk about Wall of Shame today, but there was a
There's a Wall of
twister.
Shame.
Yeah, well, when you ask a ridiculous amount for a pinball machine, like our first vote for the Wall of Shame, our inductee was a Gilligan's Island that had been slightly restored. That somebody asked $10,800, the bargain price.
All right.
Yeah, so that was kind of
Comes
a wall.
with a kilo in it.
Yeah.
You can embed it in right underneath the shaker motor.
This game didn't come with a shaker. It still doesn't.
Must haul to New York and back
Right. Plus transport to
Plus
Miami,
transport.
from Miami.
from Miami.
Yeah, to Chicago.
Rick and Morty would be awesome. I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan.
But honestly, what was there was another one last week, but I forgot. And then this one, which we didn't talk about on the podcast, there was a Twister pinball machine that they were asking the bargain price of $7,000 on eBay. So
Yeah, but eBay.
Listen,
there's a lot.
there was
of
a
those.
brand. There was a 2-year-old out of box Twister 2 weeks ago on Pinside for $3,500.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I almost thought about buying it.
I
That's
would have bought
actually-
it.
I was just gonna. I
I'm
was
not.
waiting, I was waiting for you guys to go to. That was ridiculous. I'm like, am I stupid? I would have bouought that.
I would. I was thinking about it.
Yeah, that one. That's not a bad deal at all.
So yeah,
Stupid kids.
no,
college
Gilligan didn't sell yet.
wrecking my freaking thing.
I just sold the kidneys, so I'm ready for my next.
We'll do. Well, Zach said we need to add the comes with a kilo of cocaine in it to the quote bag.
I didn't say cocaine.
Sorry, I was paraphrasing.
Yeah,
kilo.
now we're flag
Kilo.
for sure.
It's
Yeah.
a unit of measurement.
We've said guns, bombs, and cocaine all in the same 5 minutes.
You know what?
All right, yeah, now we're done.
You know,
Sorry,
Like we're a
Zach.
cartel stream.
It's
See,
over.
I told you, Ken. This is what happens.
Right.
yeah, Gilligan's for $2,400. I guess.
This is back to the
Flintstones, I
Olsen
get.
twins comment.
Oh, please don't comment on Olsen twins. Wait, did I miss that one?
I think I saw the
One.
18K
What?
Twilight Zone
18K?
too.
What?
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
like to play
I,
Twister. In all honesty,
I saw that.
Did it come with a mail order bride?
Oh yeah, the prototype. Yeah, forgot about that one.
What?
Bet that never sold.
no. You know what why I was thinking of the cocaine comics? I was watching.
Oh my gosh! Why I
Bill,
was
we
thinking
need some like
our editorial
keywords here or something.
I was watching Starsky and Hutch and the movie where they're at the disco and Ben Stiller goes nuts and the next
Don't be
morning.
showing nipples or moving cocaine inside a pinball machine. Wait, male nipples? You gotta clarify the shizzle. I like Earth
Nice,
Shaker.
a $9,000.
For the record, Chuck, you're our favorite streaming guest so far. So
This show got
cocaine,
dark.
the drugs, the
little
nipples. There's no
you
off
don't-
limits.
You know,
Thanks, Lord Helmet. Thank
Even
you for
ruined Best Buy.
once they come up with a cure for
Yeah, take
Tourette's,
care, Lord
this
Helmet,
shit's
man.
over.
I think
snap.
Flintstones is a cool game.
Hey, Zombie Yeti, are you watching?
Oh, poor zombie.
He was predicting horrible things for me. I think
Was he?
He was giving me the best wishes, but I think secretly he was like, "This is a
If he
bad
was
idea."
predicting horrible things, it was on our end, not yours.
Yeah, he thought you would be just fine.
Dog
Dog
another
nipples.
long ball over
Yeah,
here.
for like 35.
Is it me again?
Yeah, no,
Player
Speedy.
one. All right.
I'm the guy with 1,000,000 points.
All right, so I have to finish my thing. So I was watching Starsky and Hutch, the disco scene where Ben Stiller's coked out of his mind, and then the next morning he's like, he feels like crap, and what's his name?
As you would be.
As you would be. His partner in crime was like, "Oh no, this is 100% cocaine," and he's like, "Really? I thought so. Stacy thought so, and the other chick thought so," and he's just looking at him like, stupid, like they just did, And I was literally just watching that last week. Yes.
There was an R-rated translate.
Yeah, that was a little risque on that translate.
Really?
Yeah, I think it
Is
showed
this more
some frontal.
nipples?
Yeah, it was nipples, I believe.
We were cracking up. We were at
Every time I come down here, there's nipple talk.
nipple
I'm
talk.
walking in a
Thank
nipple
you
We're
for
giving
calling
it
nipple
every
single
time.
time.
We're giving what the audience wants.
Oh,
didn't hear
Dennis
the
wants to
grass
know
of
if
the
he
grass.
heard the end of the grass clipping.
So, anyways,
I'll call you tomorrow, Dennis, with
no, he's
that
just
story.
Like, it's one of those long story short, the dog died.
oh, jeez.
You're like, what?
Wouldn't be a stream without reference to death and appreciation of the deceased. So that's just how it goes. Nipples. Nipples is a theme tonight.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So how many bits away are we from Chuck's nipples? Did we get a tally on that?
It's the Tourette's.
I think we're at 600 more bits to go. And but yeah, if we can get some animated nipples, male nipples, because you don't want to get too risky.
Oh,
Might be good for us. What's the matter, man?
What do you do?
I took a sip off your beer.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what was great, bro? The face that you just made was a face I never saw you make in my entire life. It was the look of disappointment and disgust.
You made
that
it-
just
it
it
looked
just
like-
hit him. He's like,
It was like
I thought he was having a stroke.
it's like he drinks through his armpit.
He could not be more disappointed. And right now he's thinking about scope and brushing his teeth. Like,
no,
I
but
already know.
the
It's
best
just
the best look I have on my face is when someone walks up and you know
Focus.
I have nothing but disdain for that person,
Yeah.
and you just see my face and you laugh.
Bill, I've never seen that face.
Me too.
The face of you swing. You know what? I've made
Bill
that face
loves the
when I would
SIPAs.
back in the day. I'd be out at a bar, and I'd grab like my own beer and I'd drink it, and I'd have my own. At the time, I smoked my own cigarette butt in there, and
Oh,
like you
yeah.
drink your own
Oh,
cigarette
dude.
butt, and that's so disappointing. That
I-
was the exact face that you just made. Cigarette butt
I've
face.
taken a
I
swing
think
of
Dennis-
somebody else's chew.
Oh jeez,
That's
that
not-
sucks.
Oh, you're up by the way,
I
Chuck.
almost barfed.
Oh, you just made me throw up a little bit in my mouth.
The cigarette butt chug. 4 in the morning.
No, there is no butt Chuck. There,
Jason's just saying my roommate drank my chew in college.
Unsubscribe.
Hey, was your roommate?
It's minty.
It was. It's so bad. He puked. He says.
Thank you, Dave, for the 100 bits.
Promised Land 84 is unsubscribed with the talks of drinking cigarette butts, guns, and cocaine.
You know what? That's my goal is to bring everything down to the lowest common denominator.
The Stern sent Chuck in to take down the Flip N Out Pinball Street.
Absolutely.
He's like, listen, I need you to go in there. I need you to establish some trust. I need you to be charming in the beginning. I need you to threaten to show your nipples. And then I need
Josh Sharp is
Right.
like, do
Because
not
we've all
Take
seen
it
them.
all down.
There will be an email tomorrow. Oh, okay. Everybody who tuned in last night,
passive-aggressive
third email.
But when
everything Chuck discussed.
Employees should probably not mention nipples or guns or explosives.
or cocaine or narcotics
but when you see
or hanging yourself.
when George Gomez requests your company tomorrow morning, though, make sure you tell him that Ken and Bill said hello. Just do that for us.
Do me a favor and just say you were on Dead Flip. It just makes it easier for everybody involved. He can't get in trouble over there. Oh,
It's
good
like
times.
the super.
he's immune.
The super generic list of things you can't talk about just keeps growing.
Right. Well, you're adding onto that list a little bit, Chuck.
We gotta add
I'm not gonna lie to
auto
you.
asphyxiation. We gotta add. What else we gotta add?
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna have to go to a commercial here in a second. It's getting a little crazy. Carrie Hardy, thanks for the 100 bits, buddy.
100 bits.
I appreciate it, man. We are gonna take Chuck on a nice vacation after this. Human lampshades, Dave Faber says.
By vacation, you mean Elgin for a burrito, right?
I'm undercover for American Pinball.
Is that what it is? You're double Asian. Tilo Prices wants to know, what can you tell us about Elvira or any Stern updates?
Oh, you guys, I see what's happening here with the trains.
That's right.
They're part of this.
Yeah.
I can't tell you anything. That's me.
He cannot confirm or deny any of those things. Dave says he's packing for his next big trip. Hey, Southwest Pennsylvania Pinhead. 100 bits, 100 bits, 100 bits. That's 300 bits coming in. Thank you so much, buddy. That's awesome, man.
How Southwest?
This is good
Boom,
times.
boom.
So I don't know where. I don't know if he
where
can,
you- where
he
you
or she
from,
can disclose
Southwest?
the location. Does Chuck work with the animations team, or is it just him? So he runs the animation team.
I run the animation team. We have 5 full-time employees and countless external people that I've hooked up and I've known through the industry for years.
Yeah.
That I've worked on many AAA titles.
It sounded like
It-
Police Academy. Many
Many
titles. Mahoney.
But yeah, it's kind of funny because when people find out you
Good
work
night,
for
Chris.
pinball, they're
Yeah.
like, "I love pinball.
Yeah.
I would love to help out on pinball." So
Yeah.
you get, one of the guys actually that, believe it or not, helped out on Aerosmith. His name is Vince Proce, Proce. You can
Okay.
Google him. He was one of the artists on Water, the Grinding Nemo movie that just came out.
Finding Nemo?
No, the whatever.
Finding Dory?
Taste of Water. No, the lady that falls in love with the water
Mermaid.
dude. No. Anyways,
love with the water.
he's worked on a bunch of Hollywood
The lady
movies.
that fell in love with
with
Aquaman?
the-
Momoa.
Something of water.
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Yeah, hold on, these guys know. Shape of Water.
Splash.
So,
The Shape of Water.
So if you Google
Okay.
the guy, he actually helped out. He did the cell animation stuff for Aerosmith.
Okay.
He worked on the movie Shape of Water. He's worked on numerous movies with Del Toro. He's like a big deal. He
He's
did
badass.
he was one of the art directors on It and It 2.
Okay.
And he did the cell animation stuff for Aerosmith. Like, because he's a traditional cell animator.
Very
so
cool.
It's
Terry Hardy, another 100 bits. Sorry, Chuck, didn't mean to. Whenever bits come in,
I'm
it's
not
priority.
talking to you anymore.
No, sorry. There was a question, and it went up through chat, but the question was, can you tell us anything about Cassandra Peterson? Do you have any interaction with her at any point?
I don't. I look forward to it because the guys have nothing but awesome things to say about her. She's like apparently just the most down to earth.
Charming.
Yeah.
I've heard the same.
The quote I always use with the guys, I saw an interview with her and the guy that my brain is gone. The guy that does Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
And oh, nice.
Oh,
that is some art. Good job.
Diddly's family doodly.
is that Roger Sharp? What is that?
That's Peter. What? Peterson? No, Peterson. Who is that from?
That's some.
Dr. Wiley?
No,
That's not Cassandra
That's
Peterson.
from
No, that's
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Okay, that's pretty cool, man.
Ned.
Anyway, so Cassandra.
Diddly's family doodly.
So she's she embraces. She's like, just do some really cool stuff, and she's great. And
I hear she's a big Best Buy shopper.
oh God, no, thanks.
And
Circuit City.
she's
right.
a CEO.
Oh, good times. Good times. Elvira has, Elvira shows her assets, as she should. I mean, she's an empowered woman, and we'll leave it at that. Am I player 4? Nice ball, Bill.
Wow. How many times somebody said that to
Bill,
you?
nice.
Nice balls, Bill.
No, I said ball.
Ball. Oh, ball.
Well, he already sold one earlier.
for $25K or whatever.
$75K.
$75.
That's burrito money right there.
Oh.
All right, got to get caught up here. Carrie, thank you for the 100 bits.
Oh no, we lost 6 viewers. Thanks, Bill.
Bill comes in. It all goes downhill.
They were sticking around for his ball there.
Ball.
Now he's out.
His grass clipping story and just faded off into nothing, and they just.
Your fighting is pathetic.
Wow, my fighting is pathetic.
Yeah. If you want the grass clipping story, that'll be a special unlit bonus coverage kind of deal there.
Yeah. I think that's it, guys. Right?
Good job,
No,
Mark.
we got
for
a little after hours now.
For
Stuff
Black
Gets
Knights
Real.
or the Rage.
Yeah.
What,
Stuff
the
Gets
curtains?
Real.
Steve yells at me a lot when I play. That's all I could think of when I play the game. I'm like, when we were working on the game, I heard Steve yelling, and now I'm playing the game. I'm hearing Steve yelling. I'm gonna a little PTSD. I think it's a little. I can't.
That's why
You're hearing
it's a
from
hard
out
game
in
to play.
the.
We have to dial back the Steve yelling. I think.
What? That's great. You heard something new tonight, though.
Which thing?
One of the first call outs.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't heard that yet.
Yeah, there's a couple of them in there.
Yeah.
They record a ton, and
That's
and they put in as much as they can, and they try to balance it. And,
Yeah. So there
and
might
then
be a
sometimes-
couple more maybe coming in.
Like
here.
sometimes actually a lot of times the audio is the largest part of the whole SD card. Like it's
I can
it
imagine.
takes up 80%, 70% of the whole thing. Like all the artwork we generate in the videos and stuff, nothing compared to the audio. Because they'll do
Code.
500
I mean,
takes on like
tiny.
Yeah, it's like it's all stored really high quality, so that the WAV files are just crazy high def.
Ooh, straight up wave files, huh?
Oh, I don't know if they're waves or I don't know. What do the kids say today? MP3s with their
the wave files
C24s and
basically
their
uncompressed.
6502s.
Yeah, waves uncompressed.
No, I don't know if it's got to be compressed because there's no way. So
All right, thanks, Jason.
ignore what I
that's a good
said.
point.
Is Jason out like Trout or what?
All right, Steve, I'm going to take my spot. That's cool.
Yeah, Steve, I'm setting you up.
Little
Chuck, if you want to move your chair
shuffle
over
around
like
here.
a little bit, I'm
Damn
gonna condense the mic here just so that you're just a little bit this way.
No holding hands again.
Steve, you're gonna be
Did I give
here.
you the headphones? You got them over? Oh no, they're over there.
All by myself.
There's a pinball machine. I'm telling you.
Do we need the quarter-inch jack, or are you doing 1/8 inch?
It doesn't matter. That's
Whatever she
it
takes.
sounds technical.
I'm gonna run
You guys
to
slow
the,
down. You're
I'm gonna
confusing
run
me
to
with
the
your
Kiki.
technical.
The Kiki gauntlet.
Nice pops.
All right. So,
So I'm the only one that just wears the headphones the whole time. Is this
No,
Oh,
we
you guys
we were
we're
wearing
about to
them.
start after hours.
nerd?
Well, we're doing a new
Call-in segment.
segment to this.
You know, I just feel this is going really wrong real quick.
Yeah, this is where it gets bad for
This
you,
is-
Chuck.
this is where bits really come in handy for
Now,
nipple.
this is where anybody that knows you that wants to give you a hard time gets an opportunity to call you on the phone.
picturing it's like, so I want to talk to Steve Bannon. Can I talk to Steve Bannon?
Oh,
Shut up!
Oh, goodness.
So all right, so SW. All right, so read the top bit giver just now. What is that?
Southwest Pennsylvania Pinhead.
Okay, Southwest Pennsylvania Pinhead. Thank you very much
Thank
for the
you
bits,
very
man.
much.
Appreciate it.
PinQuest Pinball, thank you very much for the bits. 500 bits an hour ago or a minute ago. And we've got some exciting news to introduce
PinQuest, thank
with
you.
PinQuest that's going to be coming up in the next couple weeks. For those of you that aren't aware, do your research on PinQuest because you're going to see some implementation of PinQuest into the streams. So yeah, Chuck likes
Have
that.
you ever seen our sponsor, Fanta?
Yeah, Fanta is
Right there. It's like the Starbucks cup in Game of Thrones. We paid a lot. They got paid a lot for this.
Haters gonna hate on the Fanta. That's all I can say. Last week it was a Starbucks. In all honesty,
Really?
Yeah, dude, I drink the vanillas, man. I'm kind of a princess that way. When I'm needing my caffeine fix.
All right.
When I don't have
orange
my
wedding.
when I don't have my Gilligan's Island with a kilo inside of it, you know, we got to get our fix somehow, man.
It's just.
It's a good thing you don't go to
just
pinball shows because we'd be in some trouble.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I go to the ones that are like next to my house.
Okay.
That's pretty much the.
So like the
cut
neighbor,
off.
yeah.
Cut off.
So we are the debacle that is about to take place. Oh my gosh! After we just kind of figured out the stream,
G Fuel.
we're gonna try to overcomplicate everything. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and give a little thanks to Flip N Out Pinball. All right, we should be live. Can everybody hear us now in the in a little bit of chat action here? Hopefully,
This is the whitest group of pasty people ever.
you want to try to move over, Steve. You're like
Hey,
half
good
cut
sir.
off there. You're like half cut. You want to go the other way, buddy.
right here.
The other right. All right. So before we make any calls here, hold on a second, because now
good.
what I have to do is again overcomplicate everything. I need to log into
Google.
Google. And what we're gonna do here, I think, assuming this all works
You
correctly.
sure like to tempt fate.
I know, man.
This is amazing.
Absolutely Moontan crew.
Sausage.
Hey, you know what?
So
After
much
the bits
sausage.
that we had tonight, maybe we can do Skype calls. I don't know. But for right now, it's going to be Google action. And what we're going to do is I'm going to ask Zach Many from Flip N Out Pinball. Zach, if you're still watching, I apologize. Can you call into the show real quick? Let's see if we can get your audio on the air. This was tested earlier and it worked. That phone number, that is the 630-283-2888. That is the special when lit hotline for after hours.
Oh, holy crap.
And let's see what we can do here. Oh, we got a call. Let's see.
I hope it's a spam call.
Thank you for calling Flip N Out Pinball streaming hotline. This is Ken. How can I help you?
Radio Shack is Ted.
Hey! What's going on, man? How are you?
Heard you some bitches talking about my dials and transistors got a problem.
Oh, snap. Now, is this audio coming through on everybody else's end? That's the other thing that I'm not quite certain of. It should be going through the mixer, but I'm noticing chat's just frozen. at this
Can everyone hear Ted from Radio Shack? No, it was not
Yeah,
Dr. Phil.
okay. No, we got. No, it's not Dr. Phil.
All right, Ted, you can continue to
Shame.
berate us.
You still there?
That's a lie.
I'm
Nobody at
still here.
Radio Shack was named Ted.
on the callers.
Yeah, we can get a little more volume. Why don't you tell us where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Southern Texas.
Southern Texas. Sounds about right. Not Southern Indiana?
Longhorns, baby.
Hey!
Hook 'em horns.
Good times. So, do you have a question for Chuck Ernst from Stern
Oh,
Pinball?
Jesus.
Up the irons, up the irons. Yeah, I got a question for Chucky.
Oh, no.
All right, go ahead.
Sorry, I can't do that anymore.
Hey, Zach, from Flip N Out. You had me fooled, man. I didn't know what was going on. How are you, buddy?
What up, Zach?
I can't do it. This is Zach. Hey, Chuck,
Hey.
thanks for coming by and hanging out with the fellas over there. We love your work over at Stern Pinball.
Thanks.
Keep up the excellent work, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to thank you, buddy, for having the patience. I can only imagine what you were going through for the first 25, 30 minutes of the stream today, and I think we have it ironed out, so my apologies.
Well, no, to be honest with you, Ken, stuff like that, that awkwardness and that I don't know what the hell I'm doing actually makes me giggle, and I enjoy every minute seeing you squirm. to
Well,
be
that's
honest.
good, man. You probably had a good time. It caused me to have to self-medicate a little bit with some Miller Lite. But it was a good time.
I've got a couple questions for Mr. Ernst.
Yeah,
there.
please,
All right.
please go ahead, and then we're gonna take some more calls tonight. So, but Zach, thanks for calling in on your own channel. I appreciate
Yes, thank
it.
you.
Well, you know, the best caller is me.
The
of
people
course,
love
that's
you,
the thing.
Zach.
Yeah, start with the best, right? End with Creasel. That's what I'm thinking.
And Jobber says that you work with Greg Bones, so he's used to somebody not knowing what they're doing. Oh,
Oh, slam.
wow.
Pinball slam.
I'm Greg Bone West, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing over here in Illinois, but go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, Zach.
All right, the first question I have for Chucky is, sorry, Chuck.
Yeah,
you don't like that name.
it's okay.
but
My dad was
we're going
Chuck.
with
I'm
it.
Chucky, so that's good.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. So I don't know if you mentioned this in chat yet or on the stream because it was messing up for the first 45 minutes. But,
Thanks, Ken.
Sorry about that, guys. Let's start that question over, Zach.
Chuck, before pinball, what other industries have you worked in?
So real quick recap. I was a programmer for a couple of years earlier, between 87 and 91, 92. And I dabbled in 3D and then video game industry. You know, it was a programmer in the video game industry, porting Super Famicom games or Famicom games to the PC. Poorly, I might add, but I didn't know what I was doing, so that was, you know, thanks for the paycheck. And and then I was doing that, paying for my school, which was art school. I wanted to be an artist, which was silly.
Okay.
Because artists starve to death. That's where the term "starving artist" comes from. and then I realized at some point that I had like a technical skill that kind of bridged the gap between the programming and artwork. And when the PlayStation 1 came out, there was a need for that, and I ended up training guys and educating people on how to generate the content. And so I made video games for 25 years.
Wow.
PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox, just all over the place. iPhone, and then so I worked on Mortal Kombat for Midway and NetherRealm Studios for a total of 17 years, and worked on Mortal Kombat 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, and then Mortal Kombat versus DC, and I worked on a bunch of the DC fighting games and stuff. Basically, just doing a lot of blood and guts and simulations, and my specialty was a lot of like technical art skills. And
you did all the Leisure Suit Larry games, I heard, right? Like, was that what I heard earlier on the podcast?
But it was so it was a lot of video game background, and then when pinball added the screen, it turned into a thing where it was like, well, that skill set translated over to pinball, and I've always loved pinball. I mean, there was a time where I didn't play any pinball because I didn't see it anywhere, and it wasn't like it was at the bars I was at, and George Gomez, who used to work at Midway, and he's a legend, all the games, the Tron games, and everything else from the way back when.
Our homie Gomi, we love it. Guys.
Homie Gomi.
So he kept calling me up and going like, hey, listen, we're doing this thing. I need to know what kind of people I need to get, because they were basically coming in the 21st century, and then and I said, you know what, I love pinball, and I would love to work at Stern and see what I could bring to the company. So he was like, oh, great. And then I started in 2015 at Stern. And
well, don't ruin all the surprises, because all this will be on Special Inlet Pinball Podcast.
Sorry.
That's airing tomorrow.
And then
Cliff Notes would be good there, Chuck.
I was trying to work a gunshot thing.
Don't take away all of our friggin' metrics.
Long story short, then the guy got shot.
Go on, Chuck.
Go on. Any other got shot and this stuff. So anyways, so that's how I ended up here. And I have to say, I always joke with the guys that have not worked at other places before. I'm like, you will never ever have it as good and enjoy your job as much as you is here. Like it's one of those things where like later on, if they leave and they go work somewhere else, they'll go like, damn it, those were the best days of my life.
Yeah.
There's nothing cooler. And what's great is the kids too are also kind of catching on. They're like, pinball, it's real. I'm like, yeah. So it's a very cool job. I enjoy it a lot.
Very much appreciated. Just a couple more quick questions here. In my professions, I'm a big team-oriented, team approach kind of guy. You seem like the same way. What is something as the director, what is something that you really remind your team, or you really stress to your team when working on the title?
That's a good question. It is a team-based thing, and we kind of operate as if we're like an outsourcer or like an outsourced, like a marketing company, like client-based, kind of thing. The designer and the programmer are kind of the clients. Yeah. So our job is to service them, but also not to get crazy with it, because we have, real corporate constraints like cost and number of people, and it's not just like the whole like pick three. It's like cost, quality, and and time. You get to pick two kind of thing. So my job is kind of to talk to the designers and the programmers and to kind of like go, I pick two, and they always want three, but it's of course it's that kind of thing. But they're definitely my approach was always customer based, like no matter what I've ever done, and internally it's the same. My job is to try to figure out how to get their vision on the screen without killing everybody involved, and so far we've been pulling it off. So and they've been happy with it. So
okay. Last question for you, and I'll leave you knuckleheads alone. I appreciate the time.
Is this a nipple question by chance?
No nipples.
That's right. No nipples.
Okay.
You've worked on a lot of projects since 2015. Would you rather work on projects that include IP and assets, a la like a Guardians of the Galaxy, or do you like those without assets, like a Black Knight, or even to some extent Deadpool, where you're having the whole team animate storyboards and everything new.
And we covered some of those pros and cons earlier.
Am I allowed
on
to
the
talk
podcast.
about
yeah,
those,
go
or
for
what
it.
the hell?
Hey, this is Zach's channel. He does whatever he
Jesus.
wants.
You're not under NDA.
Oh,
yet.
yeah, it's
no.
constraints.
Right.
No,
No,
you know-
Zach's the boss.
So there's a pluses and minuses to each of those things. One of the big things is everybody always wants to work on an original license because they feel like they have the freedom to do anything, but you still have the constraints of a company making a product in a short period of time. Yeah. So a lot of times the licensor kind of just forces those constraints on you. So from the lazy side of me tells me licensor, because they tell me we just can't make anything. That at some point Nicolas Cage is going to go. I just don't want my likeness on that character doing that thing. So
They're going to scream it, but yeah.
Yeah, right. So in the case of Black Knight, it was kind of a loosey-goosey license. I mean, it's technically still a license, but the licensor was like, "Cool, just make a Black Knight game."
Yeah.
And so that was, that there was some freedom in that, but there's also a lot of rope you can hang yourself with a license that just lets you do whatever you want. So I'm not a I'm not a fan of the just let the kids run loose in the yard kind of a thing. I like constraints. I like financial constraints. I like a lot of people are like, oh, their financial constraints are killing me. I'm like, I like constraints. And I always use the example of you remember the movie The Crow?
Oh, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Brandon Lee.
So the reason why
Yes.
that movie is one of my favorite movies of all time is because
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
yeah, it's because of the constraints.
I'm giving you a hug before you leave, man. With our shirts on.
It's because the guy died during filming.
Yeah.
And so
You
those
remember
guys,
how he died?
Oh yeah,
It was a
shot.
false blank.
Right.
Right.
So so because of the constraints of listen, here's the ingredients. You have to make a cake out of this because the guy died. We can't film any more cake.
Right.
It's a bad analogy, but whatever. They created an art piece out of that. That is to this day, like one of my daughter's favorite movies. She like the artsy fartsy people are like, this is a brilliant movie because those guys had the constraints. When you give somebody like Avatar or something, you're like, here's $1 billion, make a movie. You're like, oh, it turns out just like somebody had $1 billion and didn't, just had unlimited funds. Yeah. So I love constraints. I love the I like technical constraints too. I like the idea of like, with our system that we have some capability in there, and then you come up with a way to kind of trick the system into doing something you want it to do, even though that they can't add any more features to it or whatever. So I always find that the interesting part of what we do. Constraints are where creativity comes from.
I like it.
You know what the quote of the spring is, though, right?
The what?
The quote of the spring is "It can't rain all the time." Mm-hmm. Little Brandon Lee, the Crow.
Actually, I just posted it on Facebook because it freaking won't stop raining.
It won't stop raining out here.
So,
hey Zach, man, I hope everything is up to your expectations at this point. I think we're running on all cylinders, and I'm happy that you called in, man, because we're going to kick off every after hours with you if that's cool with you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Chuck, you've been fantastic. Thanks again. I can't thank you enough immensely just for coming on, giving the people the time. Ken, Beatty, Bill, Burrito Bill, you guys are slaying it. This is the pinball
thanks,
stream to catch out.
Good times.
Appreciate the time,
Having a
guys.
blast.
I will happily sit back and watch you guys talk about nipples for the next half hour.
Hey, now.
You may see a nipple or two. I don't know whose it's going to be,
I'm
but there
so
might be a nipple
sorry.
that comes out. Yeah, I know, Chuck. If Chuck brings anything to media, it's nipples. So that's good that he's here.
my next T-shirt.
Have a good one, guys.
They're coming.
Hey, thanks, Zach. Thanks for calling.
Thanks, Zach. Have a good night, brother.
That frees up the Flip N Out Special and Lit After Hours hotline. So if somebody else wants to call in, has a question for Chuck, you can dial us at 630-283-2888. How's your drink there, man? You doing good? Yeah.
I like the.
Uh-oh.
There we go. We got another caller. Let's see.
Would you be interested in a
Thank you for
timeshare in
calling.
Costa
After
Rica?
Hours on the Flip N Out streaming network. Who am I speaking with?
Hey there, this here is Tater with Best Buy Geek Squad.
Why does everyone have a southern accent?
Oh, snap.
Is this Tater?
Yeah, tater, like potato. Boil me, mash me, stick me in a stew.
What up, Tater?
Yeah, tater.
Like
tater, man.
Todd?
Oh no.
Look,
What can we do you for?
I got an order here. I got an order here for Mr. Chuck Ernst. He ordered some $20 3-foot gold-plated HDMI cables, and I need to know a time when I can come and install them for him. I need you to know though that it's a 5-hour window.
Is this Gary
5-hour
Flowers?
window.
This is Gary
I can
Flowers.
deliver anytime between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Mountain time.
Nothing's
Mountain
better
time.
than the Geek Squad installation of HDMI cables that are
gotta be
gold-plated.
Monster.
So yeah,
Gold
that's
plated.
good.
Gold-plated monster.
And
Well,
this guy sounds
they're
familiar.
monster cables. They're always gold plated.
Right.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Well,
Guaranteed
I,
for
I have
life.
I do have a question for Mr. Ernst, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Sure.
please go ahead, Best
Be-
Buy.
Being almost as good of a programmer as I am, a master of information technology, I was a bit curious about working with the Spike system. Is that like a proprietary language? Is it similar to any existing program? How hard would it be for someone even at my genius level to get in and work on that sort of system if I were to be hired by Stern and leave my great job at Best Buy?
At Best Buy.
Prerequisite for Stern programming
it's
is
pretty
a Best
much
Buy
It's
degree,
pretty
right?
much C++. It's like you could buy the manual at geez. At Barnes and Noble if they still
Amazon.
It's in the
Another
Radio
Barnes
Shack.
and
Barnes
Noble.
and Noble.
What is this, 1994?
Well, everybody's talking about Radio
99.
Shack and Best Buy and
Radio Shack bargain
Blockbuster.
bin.
and
C++.
I just
So,
thought I'd
so you're
throw-
working in C++.
A dummy's guide to C++.
Yeah, Survivor.
Okay, so it's like
Survivors.
C++.
Yeah, it's Have
Poor
you seen the
reporters.
people I work with? It's not hard. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Jesus.
And for those of you that work with
you have,
Chuck,
I'm gonna get
you
my
have,
car
Mr.
key
Ernst,
tomorrow.
motivated me and all of the Geek Squad with that statement. So if we ever feel like slumming it, we would be more than happy to join you.
Oh,
But
my
I'm
God.
gonna go ahead, we're going to get that scheduled. I'm going to go ahead and get off you on now. You all take care now.
hey, thanks for the call, Best Buy. Appreciate
See you,
it so
Tater.
much.
Thanks, Geek Squad.
He sounds like a friend of mine named
Be
Dennis.
good. Yeah, it sounds like somebody that I know that's friends of Elvin Jones. So it's nice to have him call in. But
So one of the chipmunks?
Yeah, your punch code in tomorrow is not going to work.
it's like right.
I'm trying to log it.
Chuck's not getting
the
the
punch
clearance
in.
tomorrow.
Security code.
How cute is it that he thinks
denied.
we are that high tech?
Right. Well, I
Oh,
saw
yeah,
that
right.
the time card punch clock over there still says Sega on it.
It does.
Which I thought was
I do-
pretty cool. But
They have to
seen that.
They'd have to rekey the whole building.
right for Chuck. Keep
And
the
the
keep the hell
windows.
out of Chuck out of the building. It's like- so the after hours line 630-283-2888. So I assume are you having when you rank this night on a scale
It's
from
probably not what I had in mind.
right,
at
right.
all.
I was gonna say like when I reached
1.5.
out to you,
Honestly, I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to play Black Knight. So I went to Tim and I went, Tim,
jeez.
I need some help with Black Knight.
Playing all day.
And Tim goes, hold on, I printed a thing I found on the internet on how to play it.
Tim coded the damn thing.
Right? No, he coded. He goes, it's totally accurate, but I just never had time to put it together.
Right.
I'm like,
Chuck's like, Stephen
I'm
Bill
like,
must
wait.
have been playing a lot.
I'm like, so they put this together? How did they put this together? He goes, they play it. I'm like, God, it's amazing.
So what did you take away from that? Because I'm not sure the skills were demonstrated this evening.
No, none at all. Because I don't like to read.
We said this game is set up a little bit differently, right, than what you're used to
No,
playing.
this if you look at the level bubble on this,
Yeah.
it's just smushed at the top.
It's a little steeper.
oh,
A little bit, not even a little, like ridiculous.
All right.
But
The
how,
bubbles not even
how
round.
reliable is that level bubble? In your
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
It's-
either.
It's,
I
mean,
think
we
I
had-
I
measured
always
that
blame it at
playfield.
home.
It's
Yeah.
at like 6.9 is when I queued it in. So I think you're supposed to play Black Knight around 6.7 to 6.9. I thought.
I think Steve.
6.5 to 7.
Yeah. He
'Cause-
said something on Facebook.
Right. Steve said this. He said if the pitch is too high, you think you're setting it up to be difficult, but you're
Yeah.
actually making it easier because it's easier to trap up, and then you don't have as much problems with side drains.
Well,
So
you're missing
actually-
you're missing your side shots too.
right. Exactly. So you're actually.
I have to say
making it
it's
busy.
easier.
This one's easier to play.
Yeah, at our work, it's set up exactly how it should be.
Okay.
And it's like freaking impossible. This is actually more fun.
'Cause, yeah, you blew this one up tonight, Chuck.
Yeah, with the 3 mil. I was like
pretty
scorching.
Oh, snap.
I think I hit 11.
Oh,
I
my
think that was
gosh.
the max I did on this one.
Sorry.
At work, I think I hit like I don't think I've gone past 40. And then Keith is like 2 billion. I'm like, shut up.
Oh,
So
yeah,
how-
2
so
bill,
how-
2
like you
bill.
go on lunch break and like Do you guys ever like walk into the Stern arcade?
So-
Because when you walk in the Stern, right, you got the factory, but then there's the Stern arcade, which has a majority of the more current machines that are on display for
Yeah.
people to play. Like, are you ever in there on your lunch playing
He's paid to lead, not to
and
read.
flipping?
It's one of my favorite things to see in the Stern arcade is Lyman and like Keith and like a couple of the other guys that were like AAA guys, and they'll start when all the machines are all lined up, and by the time they're done, one machine is at a 45-degree angle because they just beat the living
Nudging the
crap
hell out of it. Yeah.
and it takes like an hour. Like when you'll get like a Mike Vinacore and a Keith and a Lyman and a Sharp.
Yep.
And they'll just beat the crap out of this machine, and then you'll come back an hour later and they're still playing.
Oh,
And then
that's horrible.
It is it is really actually that would be just
Game
the best
one.
podcast ever. Just watching those guys just beat a crap out of the machine and then yell at each other. So but
I don't know if that's good podcasting. I'm gonna be honest with you,
A little
Chuck.
heckling.
But okay, so
That's like ultra competitive pinball with yelling. I don't know how
but
that
it is
fits in.
interesting and like just it's kind of funny because they're all very competitive. Where I'll just roll over like a dead fish or something and just go, I give up. Where they were like, no, I'm gonna win.
So do you grab like Stephen Martin from art department and play him? Because he's
No.
probably like a more of a casual guy working under Greg.
You know what the worst is? When you go up against like Mark Wayne's kid. His kid is stellar.
Yeah.
And he's 17, 18 years old, and he just like, I think I could take him. And he just mops the floor with you. I'm like, God, I suck.
No, you know what it is? It's the young kids. It's like it's the hand-eye coordination is
they
there,
have it down.
and the reaction is
Yep.
there. Like I don't have it anymore. Like my reaction went out after Madden Football left Sega Genesis. Like
Mine went
I
out
have
after
no more
12 beers. So
Well,
right. Well, that's the other thing. Whenever I'm playing pinball, I'm having beers,
Yep.
right? So that
there's a
just
sweet
makes
spot.
it even
There's
worse.
a sweet spot there.
Yeah, well, the sweet spot, like usually, I've surpassed the sweet spot.
But
by
no,
the time
you're
I'm
right.
doing it.
Yeah, the kids these days,
It's quick.
they have
right?
that hand-eye.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite is when we did one of the earlier podcasts or one of the earlier streams of Black Knight. God, I feel really bad because I run into Mark's kid all the time. I keep forgetting his name. Every time I don't remember somebody's name, I just think Nick. His name's Nick.
Oh,
Kids are all named Nick.
right.
Hey, you can't remember.
So
everybody's
When you
Freaking
ring the
Nick.
doorbell, you told
It's
my
like,
wife you were
my
here to
name's
see
John.
Nick. She's like, "Who the hell's Nick?"
Right. So
Yeah, come right in.
So he gets in there and the funny thing was the stream was great because people are like, this game must be super easy because this kid just slammed it.
Yeah.
They're like, stupid game. Like Black Knight is not an easy game, and he made it and he got like hundreds of millions of points on
Yep.
it, or there's like 400 million points on it, or whatever. And it was funny to see that just like, is that another easy game from Stern, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, just play it. Good luck. Because that kid is
1 mil.
AAA. Like he's not even.
That's awesome.
He hasn't leveled up to his Pokemon, whatever.
Are you
maximum
playing any
rating.
Pokemon? Or do you have that on your phone? Like, what apps do you have on your phone? Well, what are you listening to music wise? Like, what's on your playlist right now?
I am old school. Okay, first off, I listen to Elvis probably 90% of the time.
Okay.
Just
Hence
I'm
the
an
Elvis machine.
Yeah, I'm an Elvis fan.
Right.
I'm an Elvis fanatic. I got married by an Elvis impersonator, and then
was it in Vegas?
yeah, it was in Vegas.
Okay.
Nice.
How's that working out for you?
The
Everything's
young
still good?
Elvis- Oh yeah.
All right,
it's
that's
all
good. Good.
But then the other 10% is mid 80s punk. That's
Okay.
that's my whole thing. You're looking at my phone, you're like
Elvis
sad,
and
sad,
80s
sad,
punk.
super sad,
Right.
super sad. Blondie, okay, whatever.
Right,
Then sad. But it's it's actually I was looking at my audio list today, and I was just like, God, this is such garbage. Oh, that's Go Cal. Listen to that.
Elvis.
There was a
Haven't
question.
heard this one before.
Yeah. No.
It is.
There was
or
a question
Tom Jones.
asking.
Okay, Tom Jones.
Tom
Elvis.
Jones?
Yeah, it's not unusual. Yeah,
So, can you sing like karaoke? Are you a singer?
I'm poor at it, but yes, I've done it.
So, like, what's your favorite karaoke song? Because
Oh,
I'm
it's-
going to ask you to sing like one lyric from it here. Hey, listen, if we're not going to see nipples, Chuck, you're going to have to sing something. Like, this is the shock factor.
Come on, somebody
This
call
is
in
the-
here. I don't want to see no nipples.
This is-
Give the people
This is
go
the
home.
Flip N Out Pinball stream.
But,
We need our
So-
guests to do something
So what
that's outside of the box.
Okay,
so.
another. Yeah, exactly. No,
What's
it's
new,
up,
Pussycat? All right.
What's up, Pussycat? So no, when I was in high school, I was in a band called Jester. Jester.
Jester.
Yeah.
And we did covers of Black Sabbath, Kiss, and just ridiculously stupid Ozzy stuff.
So it was Jester.
Yeah, it was Jester.
Have you seen?
And the other reason I think I was in the
I mean,
band is because I had
Jester.
a generator.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like, hey, do you have a generator? Can you sing? All right, you're in. And that was it.
So so John Borg is a big, I
Right.
think, karaoke guy.
Right.
And he likes to go, because I've seen several times on Facebook, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because Zach from Flip N Out's bringing it up. He likes to sing Silverchair tomorrow. Have you seen or heard John Borg sing Silverchair tomorrow karaoke?
I haven't seen that one. I've seen something else.
Please do. What have you seen?
I don't know if it was Silverchair. I don't know what it was. I don't know.
It's not good when you can't identify the song, Chuck.
It was interesting.
Yeah, but he's
Did he do it on a BMX bike?
no, he didn't. But he's so stone cold face during the whole thing. Yeah,
gonna
he's
nail
ready to
this.
kick everybody's
Boom.
ass after he drops the mic on karaoke.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that he's singing some karaoke.
Good times.
So yeah, please do yourselves a favor, because I mean, John Borg's our buddy. He's a friend of ours. He's been here, like he's done
John's
the whole
great.
thing. John's been here
Good
a couple
dude.
times. But check out his karaoke, and if you're a fan of 90s rock alternative, especially the band Silverchair, Tomorrow is multiple renditions of Tomorrow by John Borg, which is awesome. I'm telling you, gotta watch it. It's add that to your MP3 list.
That's great.
It's good times. And if John Borg, if you're listening, 630-283-2888, we'll get you to sing tomorrow live on the air on the Flip N Out Pinball
you
Streaming
gotta
Network.
ask him about his mower. Back to the grass clippings.
Oh shit!
Hey, that's gonna be bonus content.
Right,
for
that's
our,
gonna be microtransactions,
BC.
99 cents for that story.
my God.
As we get caught up in chat.
Oh my
here.
God, we lost another viewer. Jesus
Right.
Christ, what do we got to do here?
Lord of the Ring.
Nipples.
Brett says 50 million Elvis fans cannot be wrong. Jobber says, Chuck, is your wife's name Lisa Marie by any chance?
No, it's
It is
Amy.
not. It is not.
It was a high on the list of our children's names, but we decided to go with something else.
Dave says Borg karaoke was on Facebook today. Let me see if I can pull
What?
up
Hey
Borg karaoke.
now.
He's like in his house streaming it.
I
What do you go for?
love John Borg's karaoke. So let me see if I can clip this in.
I've never seen this on Facebook.
One of my
On the
One of my
Facebook.
favorite memories, just recent, going to John Borg's office. He's got the quarter pound candy bars and like jars of peanut butter, and I'm like, it looks like the one like you got your peanut butter in my chocolate, and you got my. It looks like one of those commercials. Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm trying to gain weight.
Oh, seriously?
I'm like, holy shit! I wish I needed to gain weight.
So he's eating like
Because I would.
Reese's-
That's all I would eat would be peanut butter and candy bars.
Yeah, what's the opposite of that? I need
Right.
that in my office.
Right,
Okay,
right.
I'm not eating those, and I'm
Wafers
right.
and
Air.
air.
That's the best.
All right, so we're logging
Oh,
in
no,
on. Oh,
he's
it's Silverchair.
Oh no!
All right. So here we. So let's.
Oh God! It's not unusual to have fun
is
with
this gonna come
anyone.
through?
No, it's not coming through. So
Hang
Oh
on.
no! What are we gonna?
Hit the play button.
Oh Jesus! You brought some other tech into this.
John Borg karaoke, ladies and gentlemen.
Is this a reaction video?
Let's pull that video up.
There's no video.
This is the video.
Okay, so that was not tomorrow.
Was that John Borg?
That yeah, I believe
I-
yeah,
I-
that
I
is
didn't see-
actually.
I didn't see video on it.
We'll continue. Well,
it
yeah, I
might
don't-
be the real band.
I think it's just an audio.
No, hold on. We'll go back. All right. So, I love John Borg, and I love pinball machines, and I love the fact that he rips out some karaoke. So for those of you that are looking to follow somebody karaoke wise, yeah, that was actually really good. So
Jordan, what up, brother?
I gotta love it. I gotta love it.
I love how John Borg's being showcased in the street.
No,
we're channeling him. It's like a Ouija board.
Hey, that's Rorden?
Rorden
From
Shitsville, Australia.
Right. He says, "Good day, fellas. Finally made it, and I'm dialed in from Shitsville, Australia, on the magnificent 3G network."
3G. We got 3G.
Stop, start, spin the buffer wheel. That's our buddy Rorden, and he's coming in for Expo. I'm introducing you. You don't know Rorden from Australia. He's like one of our favorite people in pinball.
The Rorden from Australia?
Rorden from Australia. Yeah, see, he knows.
Not
Chuck
like
knows the Rorden.
Like,
and there's Dr.
not
John
Rorden from Germany.
also from Australia. Dr. John, are you coming to Expo? And if you aren't, can we give away some of these bits to get you over here? Like, we got about $16.
Are we having
burning a hole in our
bit
pocket?
giveaway?
Oh,
suicidal.
Right.
Great. People kill themselves because of Borgie. Thanks.
No, jeez, that would happen.
No, we're up one viewer, so people like the sad Borgie.
Like legitimately, I'm not making fun of Borg.
No, you can't make fun of Borg.
But
He's a legend.
No, because John Borg he's the man. I do want to go ahead and.
Is that him jumping this?
Oh yeah, he jumps at bikes, dude.
Yeah. Now nobody can see this on stream.
That's not him.
We're perusing.
No, that can't be because that guy still has legs.
No, and John Borg's asking how it's possible.
Like, oh gosh.
But
He jumped a bike off the dock at Stern.
yeah, I remember that.
That's
Actually.
awesome.
And he almost spilled. Like he hit hard on Tanyo Kleiss was on the receiving dock when he leapt off the top there.
See, here's the deal.
He went a little front heavy.
Tanya likes to hang around and watch people hurt themselves.
Who doesn't like to do that though?
That's the best part.
That's why myself and Tanyo get along probably so well. It's like we like to see people entertain us at their expense.
He's just like, oh, this is going to be good. I have to catch this.
Right.
Let me get my camera out.
I recently bought a midlife crisis.
We have a call here.
We do have a call.
The number you have reached. Hi, Ken. Well, you can't even figure this shit out.
It doesn't even let me answer it.
That's suspicious.
Well, hit the button and see if it.
Oh God, is this just gonna do this now? There we go. Click on that thing, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, I think we missed the call.
Well, here, hit it and see if it'll let you call out.
I don't want to call out.
Call him back. That'll be awesome.
Should we call back?
Yeah,
Well,
let's.
Depending
Hey,
on
what?
what it's going to cost us.
Just call him.
Hang on, nine-
What?
No, 9:48. That doesn't
9:48.
even make any sense.
Oh, that
was
sounds
a
a
while
little
back
long
ago.
distance.
Go back to the
That sounds like somebody selling
there
you
we go.
insurance. That's what that sounds like.
make a call.
Hi, we're helping businesses in your area.
847 at.
Hi, this is Best Buy.
So we did miss a call here. Let's should we call back?
Yeah, that's at 847.
That's local.
We're safe.
Right. I don't want them to charge our bit.
Precio taco.
You get our Taco Bell.
I'm gonna end up calling the wrong person here. So.
Oh, this would be great.
Ah, you're good.
You just called here?
847-530. And
¿Cómo
I'm
estás?
not gonna say the rest because that would be not nice. Let's see if this works.
This is totally going to go wrong. This is the best. I love this.
We have to start calling Stern employees like this. That'd be pretty
have
good.
one.
Water out of the tap is very
Hard to drink. Very
What's
hot
up,
to
you
drink.
maniac?
What's up, Dave Falgren? How are you, buddy?
Brother,
Local pinball
Got done.
enthusiast. Dave Falgren's on the line. What's up,
just
Dave?
got done packing up my bags from Minnesota and
Me and
didn't seem like anybody was
Shooter.
calling you. So I
How are you
figured
doing
I'd
there?
bug you.
Buying
Right on,
buying
buddy.
a Last Action Hero?
You got to learn how to say Minnesota properly.
Oh, Chuck is calling you out there, Dave.
Minnesota?
Minnesota.
I'm sorry.
Minnesota.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Hey, man, how's your
Sorry.
night going? How's everything going in beautiful Plainfield, Illinois?
It's not raining.
Yeah, can't rain all the time.
Yeah, about time.
No.
Nice way to bring it around, Kenny.
Yeah, thank you.
I used to live in
Yeah, I
Plainfield.
like-
Oh, Chuck is a Plainfield native.
Hey, 59 over there in Pondview.
Oh, snap.
Oh, yeah. Wow, look at that. I'm right there. I'm right down the road from 59.
Right by, across from the Red Robin.
Oh,
Oh, yeah?
That's a
Okay.
hamburger place,
Yeah,
right?
you're a little bit. That's actually north of me. Ay.
Oh, you're southern Plainfield. I can't talk to you.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, so there's a whole north side, south,
I don't know.
south side Plainfield
I don't-
thing
I know,
going
it's just
on?
I
know it was
thought
a
I was
pain in
North
the ass.
Plainfield, but I guess I'm just a little south.
It was
Actually-
hard to drive.
Dave, while I have you on the line, interestingly enough,
Uh-oh.
because we have our Australian contingent that's chimed in, right? So we've got Dr. John, who does our stuff for Special One Lit, and he's irreplaceable. And then we've got Rorden Osborne that just chimed in, and you know Rorden, right?
And
Dave?
Rorden has one of my lighters. Yeah,
Okay.
I know Rorden. I met him at the show.
And
Got
then
it.
Rorden,
He's got a jack to
is
prove
it a coincidence that we were singing Silverchair? Is that not an Australian band?
It is an Australian band.
Is it?
Silverchair.
think.
It all comes full circle. I'm
Nice.
pretty
I don't
sure.
even know.
I think Silverchair.
Dave's like the
is from Australia.
encyclopedia of everything.
Dave knows
Useless-
everything.
Movies, TV
Useless-
shows.
I will say
useless,
this.
useless.
Well,
All of them.
Dave's got his DNA in every Facebook post on pinball.
Oh, that's
gross. There's one guy that pops up in my feed all
Like
the
the
time.
backseat of his car.
Dave Falgren commented on this. Dave Falgren, Dave, literally,
actually,
like you are.
I don't have any DNA in the backseat of my car because I can't fit back.
Hey.
The Miata.
No,
they
you're
they
in
are
on
Australian.
it, man.
So,
You're
so
in.
Chrono 861 says Silverchair is Australian. So
Is
Yeah, they were
that's
like
huge.
17
All
or something when that
Australian.
song came out back in the 90s.
Right. Well, now they're like 52 probably.
So
I didn't know they sang anything other than Kookaburra.
I never heard of Kookaburra.
Kookaburra sitting in the old gum tree.
What the hell is
Come
that?
on. I don't know. It's Australian.
Oh,
The
it's
freaking
that
Men at Work
one.
did it.
Irish,
Men at
man.
Work did it.
Very hard to drink. They're hard to drink. I don't
They're
know,
hard to
that's Bork. He
drink.
loves those guys.
Yeah, good
If you
times.
ever need something to talk to, if you ever walk up to Borg at a show, I did this in Texas.
You grab his ass?
You just
No.
go, dude, Silverchair, and he will talk to you about it. You talk about Silverchair or
Nice,
BMX,
dude.
and then I always say, man, I love Tales from the Crypt.
That's your segue into Tales from the Crypt.
I'm gonna hop on Borg's
Yeah, well,
pegs one
You know
day.
what you should do, Dave? Is like you should get a Tales from. You have a Tales from the Crypt, don't you? Or you
I
recently
do,
have
and I
one?
love it.
All right,
I do,
that's
I
awesome.
love it.
Get a pin sound, and I want you to pin sound it to all Silverchair music, and then I want you to bring it to Expo, and I want you to have John Borg play it. That'd be awesome.
I think my Tales from the Crypt play a little funny. Can you just jump on this? Here's some headphones.
I want him to
That would
jump
be
over
killer.
it on a bike.
The John Borg mix.
You
and
are
again,
correct. You are
I-
correct,
Have,
Prince
actually, it would
I
be even
love
better
Borg.
if I had John
Yeah, same
Borg
here.
singing Silverchair.
Only during Wizard mode, because that should
Yeah,
be
if I
special.
didn't have 14 other projects I had to work on,
Yeah.
I might just be able to do that, and 3 children and a job and stuff.
Wait,
yeah,
wait.
about
What,
that
what,
job.
what are your other projects?
What's that?
What are your other projects besides children and stuff?
Right now, I've got a Black Knight 2000. I've got a high speed. I've got a. Oh, jeez. I hate going over this. I'm going to get depressed.
No.
I don't
I don't want you to get
I've
depressed.
got a,
And I don't want your wife to find out.
Jurassic Park.
Right.
What's that?
It's
Yeah,
all
like my
nipples,
wife's
guns, and
listening to this.
cocaine
Are
over
you
here
kidding
today,
me?
Dave. Just relax.
And bombs.
All right. Everybody calm down.
Just throw it back in there.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, actually, I was calling. Did you guys see somebody put up on Facebook that Steve Ritchie introduction of No Fear when he rode it on the motocross bike?
I
Did
saw
any of
the
you guys see that?
post. I didn't click on the video, but I heard it was
Didn't see it.
like unbelievably entertaining.
It's extremely 90s, and then after that, I don't know who the main guy was, but he's all of a sudden Susan B. Anthony comes out, and she's like wearing this model is dressed as Susan B. Anthony, and like halfway through it, she pulls off this like her colonial garb and is wearing like this like black
Please tell me a
like
bikini.
dress. I was just like, oh my, it's
It's
a
so
very
90s.
interesting study in our in how things used to be, I guess you could say.
She had Silverchair CDs pasties on. It's like
Jesus.
whatever.
Oh, it
might need to pull that up.
actually, it's like a 2-hour video.
Oh,
and
never
it's
mind.
every third presentation there's and then there was one they had Cruising USA
Why?
with the 2, and then all of a sudden they had 2 twins come out. It was
Why
it's a
the
very
Susan B.
interesting,
Anthony?
So Chrono 861 says look up all the pinball promo videos on YouTube, and it's pretty hilarious. Chrono says.
The one for Demolition
I don't know,
Man was
it might
pretty
Oh, they're
funny.
all they were so good though in the 90s.
Oh, well, they,
The Elvira
I mean,
one was
as
pretty
in
cool.
like cheesy, awesomely good.
yeah.
did you watch the one for Demolition
yeah.
Man?
Well, they had Steve
How about
runs out on the
Fishtails?
motocross bike, like revs
see
it
that.
up, takes his helmet off, pulls the thing off, and then
Devil
like
Man.
just puts his helmet back on and leaves. And then they had Susan B. Anthony, and then after Susan B. Anthony, they
Susan-
had
I
the
don't get
twins,
the
the
Susan
Cruising
B.
USA
Anthony.
twins, and then they show Theater of Magic.
What
They had
game
like
was
some
he
magician
revealing?
person.
Was that what game was he revealing, or was he just showing up at a pinball show? Steve?
I'm still
It was
stuck
it was
on-
some, no, it was like the pinball show when they used
Was
to
it-
reveal
Was
all
it
the games.
no fair? You said that was a reveal
Classic.
for that game.
Yeah, Steve comes out on his motocross bike, pulls like all of a sudden out of nowhere.
just
this motocross
nine
bike
fingers
comes
blazing.
hauling up the middle of like the theater. It's like a theater. It's like a there's all these guys.
It's
in
a theater of
suits, like,
magic,
clapping.
Dave. It's a theater of magic.
What year was
Well, no,
this?
that's like
mid
a half
90s?
hour into it. 93,
Late 90s.
right?
It was like 2016. Nobody went to Expo that year. Some shit went down.
TEDx.
But back up. I don't
That's
understand the
classic.
Susan B. Anthony thing. I don't get that.
Oh, who knows?
And how would you even identify Susan B. Anthony in like a? It's
They
not
got
like,
somebody. It was 90s
I got no
pinball
idea.
promos.
Thanks for the call, Dave. I have no idea, man.
I'm
I don't know what-
fascinated. Now I'm gonna have to research this. Because
Well, you know what? Susan B. Anthony had to be something. Was there like a
Well, I know they released the
bicentennial
coin back
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I
late
was thinking.
80s.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And they were like, it's a quarter that you could put in and it operates like a quarter, but it costs $1.
Got another
Let's
call
take the
here,
next call
guys.
here.
Oh, this
Hi,
is
thanks for joining us on Flipping Out Pinball
Oh, no,
After
it's
Hours line.
overseas.
Who am I speaking to, please?
Dr. John.
Hey, Dr.
Dr.
John.
John, how you
Is it
doing?
the Dr. John? I need you to do like a retinal scan. Got to make sure it's you.
I'm glad you didn't say rectum.
How are you? No, not a
Damn
rectum.
near killed him.
Hey, how are you, buddy? It's awesome to talk to you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good, mate. Just watching the stream at work, but thought I'd jump in and a quick hello in person.
Yeah, absolutely. So, being from Australia and one of my favorite correspondents on Special When Lit, by the way, like, are you a Silverchair guy? Have you ever listened to a Silverchair? Do you know who we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they won a radio contest when they were 15 years old, and that's when they wrote that song with the awful lyrics, "The water out of the tap's very hard to drink." But they were just kids back then,
Right.
and had probably 3 or 4 good albums, and then broke up. And of course, Daniel John's got severe arthritis and had to stop playing music for a while, and married Natalie Imbruglia, who had Torn as her hit. I think she was a hit there as well. But they're still around. He's still touring.
Nice.
You know
Good little
everything about
Silverchair
them.
history.
Man, he's got-
Yeah.
history buff over here.
Yeah.
I
That's
love
So,
the music.
what
buff.
were the other two bands in Australia?
What were the other 2 bands? What do
Are you asking like what were some of the bigger bands coming out of
The
Australia?
other two big bands in Australia.
All right.
All right, well,
Besides
yeah,
AC/DC.
let's-
I'll name some bands. We had Jack Danger over here a while ago. And
Oh,
he didn't
God.
know some of these people were Australian. So
Jack Danger doesn't count as a band coming out of
Australia.
Australia, Dr. John. I'm just...
No, In Excess. You may have heard of In Excess.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I have an In Excess story when we're
Logan,
done.
Men at Work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's
You
Men
may
at
have
Work.
Men at Work. And like I was saying in chat, they got sued pretty much a lot of their money because Chuck was singing Kookaburra Sits on the Old Gum Tree.
Right.
And he did a little Kookaburra Sits on the Old Gum Tree during the song on his flute, Greg did. And the owners own the rights to that song, so they sued Men at Work and got millions of dollars for it.
Oh,
No
that's
way.
So bad.
Now, is that true? Is Snow Patrol also out of Australia? Because that's another great kind of alternative rock.
they're going to ask if
No,
that was a band.
no, they're not. Wow. Okay.
No,
All right.
We've got I love another Bruises. Who's our Air Supply?
Big Head Tommy and the
Oh, Air
Koalas.
Supply. Supply.
No. Big Head Tommy and the Koalas.
What?
That's making shit up.
Instead
That'd
of
be a
Ned's
great
Atomic
band.
Dustbin,
Big Head
it's
Todd and the Monsters.
Big Head Tommy and the Koalas.
And the rabid koalas?
guys
Why
are
are they
drinking-
rabid?
you're
I don't
drinking-
know. It's Australia.
Hey, Dr. John, while I have you on the line, didn't you take part in like a game show or something that was out of Australia recently and it kind of pertained to pinball? Could you tell us a little bit about that? Because I find this story fascinating, and I didn't
Midnight Oil.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together until
call.
recently. So do you have 60 seconds to kind of go into that or no?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
It's a quiz show called Hard Quiz in Australia, hosted by a comedian who likes to take the piss out of the contestants and denigrate them as much as possible. But you're allowed to choose. A
Sounds like our
specific
podcast.
topic.
Sounds like Steve Ritchie.
Oh, so snap.
Yeah,
Steve.
No.
yeah. So
He's not
I chose
listening.
pinball, and there's a wide range of topics people go on with. But we had a good time, and the other opponents can steal points off you if they know your specialty topic, and then there's a lot of general knowledge as well. And went on for a bit of fun and won that. And the ABC contacted me because it was well known I was going on, It recorded about 3 months before it was aired, and it was the highest rating TV show of the month on that network.
He's bringing in the ratings.
Very
Dr.
nice.
John, just like Special When Lit.
Yeah.
Our ratings have never been higher
Yeah.
since Dr. John's been coming aboard, man. I know, I'm serious, dude.
Yeah, so that was fun.
That is fun, and for myself and Bill, man, we appreciate the fact that you are in there covering Spooky on a week to week basis. It's just it's
Absolutely.
fun. And are you going to be in the States at any point here in the next year, or like what's
Yeah, bringing Emily over to Pinburg
okay?
in August, and then we're going New York first, then Pittsburgh, and then we're going to come to Chicago for 4 days.
When are you going to be in Chicago?
After Pinburg, so I think Pinburg finishes on Sunday, August the 4th,
Okay,
and we'll be 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th in
Very nice.
in Chicago.
Can
So-
we try to, if your schedule permits, can we try to connect for like a dinner or some drinks? I'd love to meet you. I'd love to meet your daughter, and it would just be fun to sit down and talk some pinball. And even if we're not playing pinball, I always like to have a handshake and put a face with a name and all that good stuff. So
Definitely.
let me know. I appreciate you calling in, man.
We'll,
Awesome, man.
we'll try to have some games. Will you keep up the good work, enjoying the stream and the after hours, even with the funny robot noises at the start? That was okay.
The early hours of Australia, though.
Early.
What's
Yeah,
up-
what
what
time
time
is
is
it
it
over there?
At what time is it? It's 1:20 p.m. on Tuesday.
All right.
All right.
It's 10:20 p.m. on Friday over here. No, I'm kidding. Wait, what are we at? Monday?
We're on Monday.
Monday. All right.
We're on Monday. That's cool. Great, mate. All right. Keep up the good work, and we'll definitely catch up in America in August.
Keep up the good work yourself, Dr. John. Looking forward to seeing you. And as we lose Dr. John on the Flip N Out Pinball hotline, we encourage anybody that wants to call in 630-283-2888. And as I noticed now, we had a mass exodus of Bill Webb and Chuck Ernst. Now, I can only imagine.
There's some nipples upstairs.
Oh, there's probably not nipples upstairs. But let's get caught up in chat here. We're going into, Dennis Kriesel saying the Bee Gees, Midnight Oil from Falgren, and Lord of the Ring Breath. Lord of the Ring Breath. We've got another call coming in.
Never heard of.
From the 903 area code on the Flip N Out
903?
hotline. Let's see what we got. Hey, caller. Thanks for joining the Flip N Out Pinball hotline after hours. Who am I speaking with? I'm listening.
What the hell, Ken?
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
You totally dodged my call earlier. Now my feelings are hurt.
Oh,
Everybody, Carrie Hardy, welcome to the program.
That was the one who you hung up on.
Yeah.
Ken.
You know what?
I was sitting here watching the stream. He's like, "I've got a call coming in. Hey, we'll just skip over that one." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Literally, I was watching. There was no way to answer that.
There was no way.
There was no button.
Carrie, whenever you call, it just gives me an option to hang up. But like,
I just next.
that's
So like
all it
the
is.
Southern Love down here in Texas, they're like, "No, we don't want any of that."
man.
Get
Some real
next
Texas
call.
down there.
It's great having you on, brother. For those of you that haven't caught Carrie Hardy on YouTube, he's got his YouTube channel where he's
Yeah, man,
he's
he's
breaking
killing
down pins and redoing
It's
pins.
awesome.
He's just teamed up recently with Straight Down the Middle, where he's offering content there.
Yep.
With Zach and Greg. So Carrie, welcome to the show and thanks for calling in. Chuck Ernst, we've got Carrie Hardy on the line, and Bill Webb. Carrie's been involved with Pinball YouTube channel, so he does a lot of restorations and refurbs and mod editions, and he films all this kind of stuff up. He edits it up, and then he just teamed up with a little Straight Down the Middle, so he's got content open.
I've actually got my head inside an old EM machine right now talking with you.
Sorry.
Oh,
to hear
nice.
that, man.
Yeah.
That's
Had-
why there's
had
no
a little
echo.
echo, but-
That's why your audio sounds so good.
Yeah, a little echo
So let
from
me
a
get out of
pinball.
here.
Let's hear some
I'm glad that I
let's hear some
called whenever I
chimes in
did,
there.
because like Chuck and Bill went off somewhere to go make out. I don't know what they did.
There was
I
no,
assume that they
there was
used the
no
restroom.
weed. There was a little tune in Tokyo going on with the nipples upstairs, I think.
See the little nippage through Bill's shirt right there.
Right.
I knew it.
Right.
Knew it.
I got to get those twisty marks out of my shirt now.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What brings you to the program, Carrie? What's going on? You just dropping in to say hello?
I know that we're getting pretty low on where everybody's seeing about Midnight Oil and stuff like that, but I had a question, and I know that, Chuck, you can't get specific, obviously, but due to the recent events with Black Knight, obviously it's a sequel to its predecessors, is it possible that Stern will be doing more sequels in the future? Or is it out of the question?
We if you buy them, we will make them. No, it's
WWE 2 is coming to a distributor near you.
It's funny. When we were first working on it, people would call me up and they go, "I've got a Black Knight. I've got a Black Knight 2000. Please tell me you're making, please tell me we're making another Black Knight." I'm like,
right.
because they want all three, and it was, and I've had the same comments about the Elvira. The people like to collect a selection. They'd like to have all of them.
Right.
Kind of a thing. So and it's a built-in customer base. A lot of those guys will buy the next one because they want to have four, or they want to have all of them. And if they're missing one, it drives them insane. So if enough people buy it, they will definitely make another Black Knight for sure. I don't think it would be dumb
another
not to.
Black Knight.
Well, that's
like a fourth one. I think he's just talking about sequels in general. Like, could we see a
I'm
high
talking
speed?
about sequels in general.
Oh,
or could we see?
So you've got the new Elvira coming out. That's a given. That's been announced pretty much. I mean, you got the mattress of the night. I'm sorry, the mistress.
The mattress of the night. Hey now. Oh, too soon.
No.
I love you, Carrie Hardy.
Help for that one.
Yeah, if generally if it's not a licensed based thing, it's a little easier. Like if it's a Universal Monsters or one of those kind of things, they tend to. It's more complicated than just making a sequel because you have to actually go through the whole process. But if it's an original title, which is why you see these guys, you see Chicago Pinball doing the Mars attacks and attack from Mars or whatever. You
butchered that whole thing.
Like
that Chicago Pinball place.
Yeah,
I got you. I know what you're doing over there, Stern. Disinformation Act.
but they'll
find this.
They'll if it's not a real license from a real studio, it's open. It's open.
Carrie, let me ask you this: if you were to be able to see one sequel on a pinball machine, be made by Stern,
awesome.
What sequel would you like to see? Like, what are you rooting for?
Well, I'm obviously a Steve Ritchie fan, and I know Bill's on board with this suggestion as well.
You're damn
but I'm
right.
going to lead towards the Getaway 3 or Getaway 2 or whatever, High Speed 3 essentially. So we could get another really cool high speed game. I think that would be awesome-tacular.
Steve would be all about it.
I think you would too. I hope the success from Black Knight allows Stern to give him a little creative license on continuing with that. Because between the two, in all honesty, I would have probably felt more connected with a High Speed 3 versus a Black Knight. I never really had a vested interest in the Black Knight. That being said, the game is fun and I enjoy it. But I hope there is an opportunity that lends itself to seeing a little High Speed 3. I think that'd be fun.
Be a great game.
Yeah, I just recently played the Black Knight just a few days ago for the first time, and he kicked my ass.
Yeah, well.
I mean, it's one of those things, you think you're good at pinball, then you play that game, and you're like, well, evidently I suck. So I'm just...
Hey, evidently, if you put the game at 6.9 degrees, it's easy to play, according to Chuck. So.
Oh, okay.
It's just you put it at 6.9.
1 million Chuck over
if
here.
If they took high speed and did like Illinois
1 million
freeways right now, it's like you just get caught in tollways the whole time.
Yeah, you'd have to get the
It's
single level,
and it wouldn't be a flow game; it'd be a stop and go game.
Right.
Hey, speed trap and
I'll be here all the night. Hey, Carrie, thanks for calling in, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Carrie, good luck, man. We'll talk to you, brother.
Good talking with you guys.
You too.
Get a speed pass.
Good having Carrie Hardy. I get a speed pass.
Speed pass.
Like
Dude,
the
mod for
LE
that-
has the speed pass.
The mod-
I'd like to spend $20 on the speed pass.
Dude, the mod for that game would be a red light camera.
Right.
That'd be kick ass.
Oh, jeez.
And a GPS tracker.
It just flashes, takes your picture. All right, we're gonna go back into another call.
All right, last one though. 'cause
Hello, and thank you for calling the Flip N Out Hotline. I'm listening.
Nice
hello.
voice.
How's it going? I heard I have a thing in there.
What?
Can
Yeah.
you hear me, Chucky?
Yeah, I can hear you.
This is me, Elvis.
Oh, it's like Elvis's brother.
He's calling from Jimmy Hoffa's house.
It's Elvis's sister.
Thank you very much.
No. Hey, Chucky. I heard you've been listening to my tunes.
All right.
Chucky, I got a couple tunes for you. You ready?
Oh, is this Borg?
I'm warming up my voice, Chucky. Bear with me. Oh, here we go. A little less conversation, a little more silver chair. Huh?
It is bored. It's
You
bored.
like that? Yeah.
I'll get rid to tomorrow.
Chucky, how about this one, Chucky?
Oh, no.
All right. It's now or nipples.
Oh, crap. This is my legacy.
The same exact time, the same exact channel.
That's right. One more gold one for
All right,
you.
here we go.
One more
All right.
gold
All right,
for
one
you.
more.
Stick. Here we go. Since my dead Flip left me, I found a new place to dwell. Down on the lonely flipping, now screaming that choppy audio hell.
Oh! Yeah. Hey, thanks for calling in, Elvis, you bastard.
Stream Slam.
Cocaine, Lisa. I'll see y'all later.
Oh, hey, thanks. Well,
I thought we were going to get some suspicious flips or something.
got
going
100%.
on there.
nothing like getting rip-roared by Elvis out of Southern Indiana.
Not
so.
just, I don't think it was Elvis. It was something. It was something else.
I don't know what it was.
There was like LV or Elvin.
Not sure what was going on there. So we're at the 10:29 mark. So we're gonna take one more call,
Last call.
and then
no.
we'll
This
we'll let Chuck
Last
escape
call
to
for
Wisconsin,
alcohol.
get the hell out of
Why?
Illinois.
This is
so
not going to
Here
end
we-
well.
we'll see what
this
happens.
is really bad. I think this is.
hey, and thank you for
downhill.
calling the Flip N Out Pinball After Hours Hotline. This is Ken, Bill,
this is not
Steve,
going well.
and Chuck. We're listening.
What's going on, guys? How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
Very
Thanks for
good.
calling in. You have a question for
Doing
Chuck?
dandy. Hey, this is Josh with the Loser Kid Pinball Podcast.
Hello, Josh. How are you,
What's up,
buddy?
Josh?
Don't be so down on
Doing
yourself,
dandy.
Josh.
Oh, jeez. Well, it's the Loser Kid name is a call to a band. He's not calling himself a loser.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. That makes sense.
Listen to episode 9. We explained it all there.
Right. I did listen to that. So, but yeah, please. Thanks for calling in, man. What you got going on?
Oh, just arms deep inside of a Jurassic Park pinball machine at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
Is it working?
But I wanted to.
No,
Yes,
well,
it
probably
is.
not if he's got his arms deep into it. You don't do that
He's
to
the
a
T-Rex.
working machine. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this machine works. I'm
I'm
gonna
just-
pup,
I'm
get
just
in there.
I don't hear him
adjusting
swearing, though.
flippers right now.
right.
So. But hey, I was calling because I don't know if Chuck ever said this or not, but what is his favorite pinball machine right now?
Yeah, I said it earlier, and that's why Elvis just called in. It's my favorite pinball machine is Elvis by Steve Ritchie, Steve Ritchie Productions.
All right.
But it's and the whole a lot of people give me some crap for that because a lot of the guys that would love Deep Rules and they're super pinball fans don't like it, but I like it just because it's an everybody can play kind of game and compete.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's my current favorite pinball machine.
Josh, while you're on the line, what's your favorite Stern pinball machine right now, Josh?
Right now, I would have to say probably Stern Star Trek. That one's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good game. Did you have any work on Star Trek, Chuck?
No, but that's the one I when I first started at Stern, that's the one I learned about pinball.
Okay.
And everybody was telling me like, dude, do not make that many modes. Nobody could play that many modes. Like I just got, because I can only finish like maybe 1.5 fields of modes.
Yeah.
And there's like 18 or something like that or whatever. But it was, and they were like, nobody can beat that game except for Keith Elwin. But
I think any impossible task ends with except for keep Elwin.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's just how it is.
So a lot of these guys are like, we're gonna design a pinball machine that can kill Keith Elwin. I'm like, no.
Yeah, right.
Which means no one will get past
Right, yeah.
ball one.
So
Well, Josh, thanks for calling in, man. And everybody that's listening, check out Loser Kid Pinball Podcast on your favorite podcast streaming app. Appreciate it, Josh.
Hold on.
Thanks, Josh.
Wait, one minute, dude. 1 minute.
What 1 minute?
Since he already answered my favorite, what's your least favorite pinball machine then?
It's also Elvis.
God,
though,
no,
I think you
no.
said, right?
Well, I don't know if it qualifies as a pinball machine, but what is that? Orbit?
Orbiter.
Yeah.
The Orbiter? That is
Orbiter one.
That is a
Orbiter 1. Yeah.
What the hell were they thinking when they made that thing?
Yeah.
Like
Well, they had
I-
a kilo in their pinball machine of different kinds of things.
Oh,
that was the
geez, here we
transporter.
go.
When I first discovered the
Orbiter
pinball
1.
machine, I'm like, this is awesome. Look at this thing. And then I played it. I'm like, why? It's honestly the worst thing I've ever.
Fiberglass was cheaper than wood.
Yeah, God, it was so painful to play.
Crazy times.
Yeah,
Crazy
Orbiter
times.
1. That was it.
Orbiter
Yeah.
1.
No, it's
Orbiter
like
1.
You can't get worse than that game. It looked great though, and I would love to own one
For the art.
just
the art.
because it's an art piece, but it's just everybody plays it once, and they go, no,
I want to take a pass.
all right,
Right.
Yeah.
I
One and done.
I think we got some thank yous to take care of here.
For sure.
Looping balls are on a target. Yeah, that's
You know what?
exactly
We got to acknowledge this one. Orbiter 1 looks like a meth lab's bathtub. Thank you, Rourke.
That's great.
that was all encompassing right there.
Right, that's exactly it.
Penn Stadium says really great stream, guys. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Hey, guys, Scott, thank you for the support and the bits. And, guys, everybody, thank you for the bits, the follows. I mean, just the general support. The same guys that come in here on a weekly basis and join in the chat's fun. I mean, and this streaming channel is meant for those, that are pinball enthusiasts that want to meet on a week-to-week basis, and then having these games streamed by the employees that make these things possible is only a more of a tremendous asset for pinball. And to know that these are documented and archived makes it actually detrimental to Chuck's employment, probably. But
These are archived.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow if I'm unemployed.
right, exactly. He might be joining the 3-man team, especially when living.
You're going to need a lot of bits.
He'll be learning what bits are real quick.
Hey guys, I got a broadcast tomorrow too. Oh, come on.
I can say this. If you get a chance, again, Special Inlay Pinball Podcast, we're going to upload our interview with Chuck tomorrow. Really fun guest to have, knowledgeable guy, just a guy that you want to have into your home and see his nipples and play some pinball. So that was good times.
I'm gonna wear my nipples on the outside of my shirt next time.
Right.
Nice.
No, don't do that. It's like you need Band-Aids to cover those up. But I do want to thank Zach and Nicole from Flip N Out Pinball allowing us to stream Black Knight Sword of Rage.
Yeah, thanks,
I want to
guys.
thank
Thanks, Zach and
Steve
Nicole.
for coming in and joining in on our pinball adventures of Ken and Bill from Special Inlet.
Love it.
And I want to thank Chuck Ernst from Stern Pinball, computer graphics art director, who not only came in and helped us with some questions, but really kind of carried some entertainment throughout the stream tonight.
From the Geek Squad.
Finished off your
So that
fifth.
was absolutely fun. I want to thank the callers that called in and made the. I'm glad that kind of went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to thank everybody for their patience for the first 30 minutes.
Honestly, I expected a Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Yeah,
hang out.
dude, it was
Baba
kind of
Booey, Baba
crazy.
Booey.
It was kind of crazy, but you know what? Hey,
Thanks,
we're
Rory.
learning here. We're evolving. We're doing the best that we can, and we do appreciate it. And before we let you go. For Steve Beatty, Chuck Ernst, and Bill Webb, I am Ken Cromwell.
I am Bill Webb. Everybody have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
And don't forget to take some time out of your day and play some pinball. So long, everybody.